no better. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure. Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged. When it comes to door-to-door shipping, no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Kamkam, Sopoli, Romania, Ogome, Cordova, Geneva, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the road, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Kamkam Senior High School and Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us.
Broadcasting live online.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world.
In your car,
At work,
at home.
on your smartphone.
This is our Radio UK. Are you?
Seven, 6,
Are you?
3, 2, 1.
Wow. A very good evening and welcome to the Star Radio UK, the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. And as we kickstart the program in just about a few minutes, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you that have joined us, those of you that have joined us on the Star Radio UK network, and likewise those of you that have joined us as well on the sister broadcast. My name is Olami Koiki, and I will be taking you through the program this evening. There's a lot to discuss. There's a lot of conversation on the table, but most importantly, we have the discussion that is the 8,000 that the federal government is promising Nigerians. First and foremost, I'd like to appreciate my producer, Mr. Frank David, Mr. Archie, and the rest of those of the engineer and the crew that are working, tirelessly behind the scene. One thing we got to understand is that, trying to bring this program to you every blessed Wednesday, it's a lot of work to do, and we got to appreciate my producer that is working, tirelessly to make sure that this program can come on air every Wednesday. Where do we start from? Is the question that a lot of Nigerians are asking. When it comes to the current state of situation in Nigeria. How do we rectify these problems? What do we need to do? These and so many conversations that I'm going to be having this evening. I look at the Naira. The Naira is dropping, it's falling very fast. Many Nigerians are struggling when it comes to the situation at home. We will discuss all these. So make sure you sit back. It's just 6 minutes past the hour right here in London when I will be discussing everything you need to know. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has a lot, when it comes to the current state of situation in Nigeria. How he plans to manage and deal with all these, we do not know yet. But one thing I can tell you is that many Nigerians are now asking the question whether Bola Ahmed Tinubu can really fix the problem. The danger. The question is, you've elected him as the president. The expectation is high. Many of you believe that there will be a miracle, even though his government is just less than 2 months old as we speak right now. But my question is, with the fall of the Naira that is falling very, very fast, and I mean the Naira is literally falling extremely fast, do you still believe that Bola Tinubu, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, will be able to fix the problem at home? All these are going to be the question I'll be raising tonight. And likewise, I'm going to have, one of our analysts that is going to join us later. And I'm talking about the one and only Bishop Additional. But before that, when we talk about the Naira, the Naira is getting very, very strained. And the reason for that is that Nigeria do not have enough forex. Bear with us, those of you that are watching us on the sister broadcast. The network is going to bring you the screen in just about a few minutes, and then you'll be able to see the studio directly. Good evening to my beautiful mom. Good evening to my beautiful family. And when I say my family, I mean every single one of you that join us on the Star Radio UK. You are all our family. And yes, that is the screen. Good evening to those of you that have joined us as well. Good evening to the leader of the Yoruba self-determination struggle, Professor Adebanji Akintoye, and a very, very good evening to Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho. Good evening also to Chief Banji Ayiloge, also the deputy leader of the Yoruba self-determination struggle. There's a lot that we have to discuss today. There is so much on the table. But my question is, what is your take, when we talk about Bola Tinubu and the 8,000 Naira, even though the president is trying to reveal that, and I'll be discussing that in just about a few minutes. Once again, I would like to appreciate those of you that have joined us, and I say good evening once again to my producer and the rest of you that have joined us so far. Nigeria, good evening to those of you as well. Good evening to Archie and the rest of the team that are working, extremely hard behind the scene. Nigeria is going through a lot, as we all know that. But my question is, can we still say that Nigerians that have fought back? Because the president is now making a review of what he has said when it comes to, the 8,000 Naira. Does that literally mean that the president is listening, is a listening president? Or should we say that it is due to the pressure, especially remember that before Bola Tinubu became the president, he was very, very concerned when it comes to the social media, which is the new media. Can we now say that Bola Ahmed Tinubu decided to reveal the 8,000 Naira, which is approximately about $10, due to the pressure from so many Nigerians and so many individuals around the world? If you're joining us for the first time, once again, this is we welcome you for those of you that have joined us, and once again, this is
broadcasting worldwide online 24/7. Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
Well, we broadcast online 24/7. If you're joining me for the first time, this program comes on air every blessed Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8:30. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa tí ẹ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé lórí ètò Star Radio UK níbi tí a tún máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ètò tí ó ń lọ ní Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nípa ààrẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu. A máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Yorùbá Nation, a máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn Biafra, a máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn Haúsá. Mo kí gbogbo wa níbikíbi tí ẹ ti ń darapọ̀, mo kí ìyá wa Elizabeth Adesanya ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mò ń kí ẹ̀yin bàbá wa lọ́tún lósì tí ẹ ti darapọ̀, mo kí bàbá wa Bishop Adesina.
Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK.
Bí ẹ bá ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní àkọ́kọ́ lénìí ni à ń pè ní ọjọ́ 19th of July 2023. Aago 6 ó ti kọjá ìṣẹ́jú 10 òun ni lórí ètò Star Radio UK. A wà lórí ètò náà, mo kí gbogbo àwọn tó ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí MixLR. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ wa nílé. Mo kí ìyá wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Elizabeth Adesanya ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò náà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mò ń kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa káàkiri ẹ fìdílé nǹkan torí pé láṣálẹ́ yìí a tún máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ètò owó tí Ahmed Bọ́lá Tinubu ìyẹn ààrẹ pírẹsidẹ́ǹtì Nàìjíríà tí ó náà máa fún gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà ní 8,000 naira. Kò ń ṣe èèyàn kankan, ìdílé kankan ni wọ́n máa fún ní owó náà. And when we talk about 8,000 naira, that is approximately just less than $10 for the benefit of our listeners that do not know what the naira value is. Today, I'm looking at the exchange rate. The exchange rate is now 1,090. That literally means that there is a lot of pressure on the naira. Good evening to you, our mother, Mrs. Fatima, and welcome to the program. Once again, this is Star Radio UK as we are now almost prepared. Bola Tinubu, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, decide to give Nigerians 8,000 naira, 8K as Nigerians will call it. Do you think that 8,000 naira is a lot of money? Do you think that having 8,000 naira will be able to put the pressure and reduce the current state of poverty in Nigeria? And even though Bola Tinubu is now reviewing that, what is your take on that? That is the conversation, and I want you to also participate as well.
On your smartphone.
In your car,
At work.
at home,
On your smartphone.
in your car,
At work.
at home.
On your smartphone. Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7. Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
The naira today is telling me 1,095 to £1. What do you think? Do you think that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, can literally bring back the hope that so many Nigerians are expecting him to do? Nigerians' expectations are very high, especially in the Southwest when it comes to the new president. And tonight on the Star Radio UK, I'm asking, can Bola Ahmed Tinubu bring that hope, bring that renewed hope, just as we had them talking about change? Good evening to you, Mr. Olatunji Taibo. Good evening to you, T. Majek. Say 8,000 is a lot of money in 1966. But we are not in 1966, Mr. Majek. We are now in 21st century. 1966 is literally different from right now when we are asking our listeners around the world, what can you buy with 8,000 naira? And do you think that Bola Tinubu will do anything different? Because he has now literally said that maybe we should review it. Do you think that Bola Tinubu reviewing that will make any impact? What is your take on that? For those of you that are listening to us on the Twitter space, I want you to communicate. Keep your comment coming. I'll be reading them out. Banki Olani, a common president Tinubu, can citizen buy? What can citizen buy with 8,000 naira? As of today, the exchange rate to Nigeria in dollar is about 853. Good evening to those of you that have joined us on the TikTok. Once again, good evening to those of you that have also joined us on the Twitter space as well, and likewise on Instagram. So we are fully into the program, and like I said, this is all happening on.
Welcome. Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
Star Radio UK.
It is called the Star Radio UK. It is the African radio community station that brings about what is happening in Nigeria every Wednesday, and most importantly, what is happening as well. What we're going to do for those of you that are listening to us, let's allow you to listen. What we're going to do for those of you that are listening to us, let's allow you to listen through the Studio 9 in terms of the studio audio, so that I am not going a bit too faster for you. So that way it has become a little bit not too stressful. Once again, to those of you on the MixLR, Comrade Plan B said Bola Tinubu is not listening to anyone. He and his cabal are only playing the mind games with the citizens of Nigeria. Do you agree with him? Oguntade Sheun say, how does the federal government know the population of the poorest family in Nigeria? All these are lies. Oluremi Kilanko of Gabi say, renew hope is now renew shaggy.
Radio UK.
It is called the Star Radio UK from London. The weather is very beautiful. It's very, very warm. Make sure you have enough water. And I do have enough water as well with me right here.
At home.
On your smartphone.
How is Bola Tinubu government going to know the difference between somebody that is poor and somebody that has money? 12 million Nigerians are expected to get 8,000 Naira every month from this government. Make sure you keep your comment coming. I'll be reading them out as we continue to ask the question. Tomorrow, also, there will be the launching of the diaspora of the Yoruba World Media home base. Niola Wama launchi the Yoruba Media at Home called the home base. They will be launching out tomorrow, and that live transmission will be coming live to you. So make sure you join us tomorrow from 3 p.m. local time, when they will be communicating, and we will be making that available for the benefit of those of you at home. Ama sọ̀rọ̀ nípa gbogbo yẹn náà ní àṣálẹ́. Good evening to those of you in Ghana. Shout out to those of you in Kenya. I'm not sure why Kenya is going through a lot at the moment, but we hope that things will become a little bit easy for those of you in Kenya. I'll be also monitoring what is going on the Twitter, because there's a lot of conversation running through on Twitter. A lot of the Yorubas are not happy that Simon Ekpa is giving directives that Lagos would also mean a total lockdown for the Biafra very soon. We don't know when. Why are the Yorubas not pleased with that? I would like to gain your own conversation on that as well. There is a lot trending as well. I will tell you what is trending as we speak right now. Dr. Oluwafunmilayo is trending. I'm not sure why. The PMQ is trending. That has got to do with UK. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is trending. I don't know why. Bashir is trending. Ogun State is trending. Our own Omoyele Sowore is trending. I hope I can bring Omoyele Sowore into the program probably very soon. I will communicate with him. Because Sowore believes that without a revolution, Nigeria is going nowhere. Do you think so? Do you believe that? Aziz, all the way in Miami, I say shout out to you and good evening. It is now coming up to exactly 20 minutes past the hour, and we are still discussing the issue pertaining to Nigeria. Do you think that Nigeria can literally survive? That is the question I'm asking those of you that are listening to me tonight. Nigerians are saying that there is still hope that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be able to give them the renewed hope. Do you agree with them? We cannot disagree with those that believe in Bola Tinubu but we can ask the question. And I guess I have Showore speaking here. I don't know what is actually Showore has been speaking. Maybe we should see if we can get what Showore is actually saying. There's a lot of discussion going on the social media, and I hope we can get Showore in because Showore is one of our own, even though a lot of Yoruba believe that Showore should be part of the Yoruba nation struggle, but it seems that Showore is not yet ready. Showore believes that it's got to be, at his own time. And we cannot force him. I'm trying to see if I can get, this was what Showore said some few days ago. Let's see if I can get that on. Let's listen to him.
What about palliative? It's, you know the meaning of palliative, right? Palliative is meant for handling diseases that you don't want to cure. Nigeria's main problem is poverty. Palliative is an attempt to deodorize poverty. So it makes no sense to be applying palliative after you have killed the people. In fact, it's a medical terminology that is often used, and the full use of it is called palliative care, and that is end of life care. So when you start applying palliative to your citizen, you are saying that they have reached the end, they cannot be saved anymore. So, and when you go into the palliative, you know that it's the end of life, because how can you give 8,000 naira to anybody in Nigeria to survive? When National Assembly people are collecting over 30 million naira per month, you are giving 8,000 naira to people. This is the biggest insult to Nigerians. But we have always warned Nigerians that they should vote for people who are not their enemies. So when you vote for enemies, or you allow your enemies to
about the palliative, what
about the palliative?
Okay. I just want us to listen to it again.
It's you know the meaning of palliative, right? Palliative is meant for handling diseases that you don't want to cure. Nigeria's main problem is poverty. Palliative is an attempt to deodorize poverty. So it makes no sense to be applying palliative after you have killed the people. In fact, it's a medical terminology that is often used, and the full use of it is called palliative care, and that is end of life care. So when you start applying palliative to your citizen, you are saying that they have reached the end, they cannot be saved anymore. So, and when you go into the palliative, you know that it's the end of life, because how can you give 8,000 naira to anybody in Nigeria to survive? When National Assembly people are collecting over 30 million naira per month,
I'm sure you can hear that.
Naira to people. This is the biggest insult to Nigerians. But we have always warned Nigerians that they should vote for people who are not their enemies. So when you vote for enemies, or you allow your enemies to bring themselves into office, this is what you get. You are going to get.
So do you think that Showore is right to say that when you bring the enemy into the government, Temi, good evening to you. Ijaya, good evening to you. And Baba Dimajek, good evening to you. Prophet John Ogundele, very good evening to you, Daddy. Ekabo Sorieto now. Iyawa Teresa, Ese, thank you so much. Abraham Black, good evening to you. It is King AY. Thank you so much to all the team and our correspondent for the great job that you are doing. Pastor Mo say, palliative, what is this pure deception? I want you to keep your comment coming. Can you literally buy anything with $10? Waris Jinadu, good evening to you and the rest of those of you that are joining us. Ijaya, good evening to you and welcome. There's a lot going on in Nigeria. Do you think that Bola Tinubu reversing the 8,000 naira will make any difference? Good evening to you, Alhaji Rashid Jinadu, and I believe you did ask about Sunday Igboho. Let me say Chief Dr. Sunday Igboho is doing very well. He's in Benin Republic and is in good health, and likewise still into the Yoruba nation struggle. So, gbogbo ẹni tí ó bá ń bèrè pé ṣé Igboho ṣì wà nínú Yoruba nation struggle? Yes, we want him to be free, but not by begging Bola Tinubu, but we are saying that Bola Tinubu should lift the embargo on Dr. Oloye Sunday Igboho so that he can have time to visit his family. Yemi God, good evening to you and those of you on our TikTok. Larry Lamina, good evening to you and welcome to so many of you that have joined us this evening. Shout out to those of you on the MixLR and shout out to those of you as well on all the platforms. Bear with us. I know there's a fluctuation in the network. We're working on that and hopefully things will become a little bit better. So let's come back again to the real discussion. 8,000 Naira. What do we know? Why is the president now asking for a review of the 8,000 Naira cash palliative? Once again, this is the Star Radio UK. This is the network that brings to you every Wednesday what is happening in Nigeria. And we're going to be talking about the indigenous people, the Yoruba, the Biafra, the Hausa, and the rest of the ethnic groups, and why some are saying that we need to now have our own sovereign nation. Shout out to the Pastor League Summit that took place today. Tomorrow is also going to be the launching of the Yoruba Diaspora Home Media, 3 p.m. local time tomorrow. Make sure you tune in as well.
This is Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK. In your car,
At work.
at home.
On your smartphone.
You can listen to us in your car, on your smartphone every Wednesday. Remember to follow us on the Twitter handle at Star Radio UK.
Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7. Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
My name is Olami Koiki, and I'll be taking you throughout the program, but exactly 7 p.m., 1900 hours, I'll be having an analyst that will be discussing with us what does it mean to have 8,000 Naira and why is the Naira depreciating very, very fast. Once again, this is the Real Network, and this is called
Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
This is Star Radio UK.
If you're not too sure what network you're listening to, it is called.
This is Star Radio UK.
Good evening to those of you on the TikTok, Mr. Ola. Thank you so much for joining us in Ekiti State. How much? I want you to tell me how much are you paying for the petrol in your state as of today? Thank you so much, Ola Kunle, for listening as well on our TikTok. So you now have many multiple areas. Hey, Silva go say the boys, the king of the boys. Thank you so much. Triple DRSA. We can ask him if 8,000 Naira is enough to feed his dog for one day. Wow, you're not a very pleasant person. Onishe wole fun aja Tinubu ni 8,000 Naira. That is your president. Remember that, Remember that Tinubu is the president of Nigeria. You cannot be talking to the president like that now. Give some respect. T. Majek. Give some respect to Pastor Mo say, may God continue to be with Dr. Loye Sunday Igboho and strengthen him continuously. Oguntade show, I have knew right from the onset that no more capital to run Nigeria business again. People should wake up. Waris Jinadu is greeting everyone as well. Those of you, Ola says, Koni Dafun. I'm not going to say the name of the person, but he actually said, Koni Dafun. I'm not going to translate that in Yoruba. Chinedu, thank you for listening on our Twitter space. This evening is all about the 8,000 Naira. How many Igbo people will be given the money in the southeast? How are they going to divide the money in the first place? Because we're talking about 12 million Nigerians alone. How are we going to divide this money? There'll be enough fight between the Igbos, the Hausa, the Ishekiri, the Middle Belt, the Bini people, the Edo people, the Yoruba people. How is Tinubu going to share this 12 million in the first place? Maybe Chinedu can help me. Just lad, thank you so much for those of you that have joined me on our Twitter space. Today is called the 19th day of July. Yesterday, I remember it was almost 2 years. Tomorrow, it will be 2 years that our own brother, a father, a philanthropist, a freedom fighter, so many names have been called on him, even though he still stands firm when it comes to the Yoruba nation struggle. So when I look at the picture between myself and Oloye, Dr. Sunday Igboho, where we took that picture less than 48 hours before it was going to be flying out until it was stopped in Benin Republic, and they say the rest is history. I will get the image out in just about a few minutes. The engineers are working on that. But the question tonight is, how is Bola Tinubu planning to distribute 8,000 naira from the southeast to the south-south to the north-central? The Kano state governor is already asking Tinubu, how are you going to share this money? Because you are saying that Lagos should get more, when also we should be asking why Kano should not get more. Do you think that now that Bola Tinubu is in control, do you think that the North are scared? Do you think that the northern part of Nigeria is concerned? What is your take on all these conversations tonight on the Star Radio UK? I will be discussing why is Bola Tinubu not talking about Nnamdi Kanu. You know I love him so much. There's no way we can talk on the Star Radio UK without talking about the injustice. And likewise, according to the United Nations SDG goal number 16, peace, justice, and a very strong institution. Nigeria do not have all these. And that is the reason why we are asking, when are you going to release Nnamdi Kanu? I have listened to some prophecy. I don't know whether you believe in prophecy, but some prophecy are saying, I have listened to two of them. I'm not going to tell you their names. And those two of them, one actually said that Nnamdi Kanu should be released before November. I pray so. One also said that Nnamdi Kanu will be released, but without giving a date. And the picture that is just behind you on the screen, for those of you that are watching us at home, that is the picture between myself, a very smiley face, with Dr. Oloye Sunday Igboho. We actually took this picture because everything we do is well documented, even though something that is a movie script that we are dealing with here. No, the Biafra is not a movie script. They're asking for their right to self-determination, which is their inalienable right. But we're going to be discussing first. The first hour is all about Bola Tinubu, the president. Adiola Adioti, wow, it's been a while. You say, yes, so we are unstoppable. Olaogun Sadiq say, Ọlọ́run ni ó fi wá sílẹ̀, Elédùmarè. Mama mi Rukayat says, God bless you, sir, Babami. Wow, my beautiful Oníṣẹ̀ṣe, my auntie, the one that stand firm, especially when the Muslim are punching her like that. Òmìnira ọmọ Odùduwà, ẹ ṣé gan ni, ìyá Lálùbáríkà. So when we talk about Igboho, this picture is very, it means a lot to me, especially when I look at the date, 18th of July, 2021. I took this picture, 18th of July, 2021. Wow. You see how I almost forgot that it's 2 years already that Igboho has left Nigeria. But it seems that so many Nigerians are happy. Olatunji says, Mr. Koiki, I am buying petrol in Imo State at 700 naira. Wow, hallelujah. Bola Tinubu is in a big problem with me tonight. Keep your comment rolling. Thank you so much once again, my beautiful sister, Òmìnira ọmọ Odùduwà. And we appreciate you, ma'am. Fún iṣẹ́ takuntakun tí Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè gbélé yín lọ́wọ́. Nítorí pé kò ń ṣe gbogbo wa la lè ṣe, especially when we talk about our beautiful, hard-working sister. She is one of them. We've never met, but I see her all the time, especially when the battle are right there and there. So let's come back again to the conversation. For the benefit of those of you that are watching me for the very first time, this is the UK network. It is called the Star Radio UK. Shout out to my beautiful family, and I hope some of you are preparing for the big summer.
Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK.
Well, it is called the Star Radio UK. Bawa Prophet John Ogundele say, Yoruba, we are going out of Nigeria. There's no doubt. But Bami Boye Manyuga, some man that stands there with me all the time. We love you all, our fathers. Especially those of you that believe that Nigeria should have prospered. But today, Nigeria has failed everyone. Mr. Allah said, watching you here is more clearer. I can clearly see you. Can you see my lovely 32 teeth as well? Thank you so much, Olakunle. They are currently crying in Ikorodu for the fuel price is now 700 naira. Waris Inodu say, Tinubu pneumatics, side distraction in a question mark. Let's now go through to the paper and see what the paper is saying when it comes to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Babami Dare Joe, good evening, sir, and welcome to the Star Radio UK. And some of you, when you come in, maybe I should always remind you that we love you, and this is how I say it.
Welcome.
That is for Babami Dare Joe. Welcome. You can see the big sound is saying, let me give it to you one more time.
Welcome.
And that is specially for you.
Welcome.
Welcome once again to each and every one of you. How much ni Erepo? My mommy, my beautiful, beautiful auntie, Mrs. Olushola Davis, said, good evening, Mr. Koike. I said, good evening to you as well. So let me quickly read what Tinubu said in terms of the review. When Tinubu is talking about the review, that means that temporarily the 8,000 naira might be changed. Maybe it could be 80,000 naira. Maybe they were doing a mistake at the beginning. Do you think that Tinubu was making a mistake? Do you think that Tinubu was making a mistake when he actually said 8,000 naira? Maybe he wanted to say 80,000 naira, because I don't know what he's going to do. Thank you so much, my daddy, Dare Joe, and we love you so much on this platform. And we love every one of you. We love the APC supporter. We love the Omoyele supporter. We love the PDP supporter. But the real question is, what can 8,000 naira buy? Kini 8,000 naira lera? Òun ni ìbéèrè tí mò ń bi lálẹ́. Ẹ dá mi lóhùn. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Mrs. My beautiful mother, thank you so much. And you went on to say, Igbowo Osha, Iṣẹ́ ń tẹ̀síwájú. Bami Osha, we love you unconditionally. In Miami, good evening. In Turkey, good evening. Even though we know that there's a guy there that says Dagboru in Turkey. But we have a lot of Nigerians that are in Turkey. A lot of them are stuck. I was told a lot of them are in prison. We pray that those of you in prison, if you have not committed any offense, we hope that Bola Tinubu can speak to Erdogan so that they can get you released and probably take you back to Nigeria if that is your wish. It's really, really painful that so many Nigerians are languishing in different prisons across the world, but it doesn't seem that we have a government that is really bothered or caring on that note. I want to read some of your other comments because sometimes we miss the comment from other platforms. And now that we have an extra platform that is streaming, which is the sister broadcast, it will be nice to read some of your comments as well, because I don't want you to say, Adenka commenting. A Nigerian man has beat his lover to death in Cross River. Hey. Some of the headline, I'll be telling you that as well. So let me read some of the comment as well. He's not do mistake, he's making progress. Okay, Abayomi believe that Bola Tinubu is making progress. Thank you so much. Bear with us. Yeah, so keep your comment coming. Ijaya, good evening to you. And once again to all our listeners, Chinedu, Great Man, and the rest of you that have joined me on the Twitter space. My question tonight is focused on the 8,000 naira that the president wants to share among Nigerians. Do you think that that is enough? Or do you think that that is not going to be enough for the household? And when we talk about household, we are talking about only 12 million. At the moment, according to the United Nations, we have about 130 million Nigerians that are living in abject poverty. Great man, and it seems that Bola Tinubu is only concerned about the 12 million. Sunday Adebanjo say, Showore is 100% right. Okay. So that means you believe that revolution is going to be the final solution. Abiodun Monday, I love this, your saluto. Mamawa Bola Tito Aderinto, good evening to you. Shout out to those of you in Stratford. Shout out to those of you in Excess, in Ikorodu, in Igagan, in Lafia G, in Ojuelegba, Oshodi, in Ekiti, across the Yoruba land. Shout out to every one of you. Also in the Yewa border, something happened at the Owode Idiroko. Nígbà tí Ṣàngó tọ́nú pààyàn kan. Hey, Ṣàngó. Ogbara, my brother. Thank you so much. You say Igbowo, man of wisdom and liberation. Mr. Lawal, I don't know what the link you have sent. I can't click on that, but I say good evening to you. Even if you disagree with the dissolution of Nigeria, we can still say good evening. Àkókò wà ti dé láti jáde. Àkókò wà ti dé láti jáde. That is coming from Prophet Ogundele. A máa ṣojú òpó lálẹ́. But that will be after my guest will be joining us as well. And make sure you have the number. That is going to be plus 44 74 04 405917, and that is going to be the number. Tani Mola. Wow, I love that name. Kusenito Mola. Tiba Molani. I will not be doing a lot of these now. Bumi One, thank you so much for joining us on the TikTok. Olase Benin Republic as well. I don't know what he means by that. Now in Benin Republic, how much ni Erekpo Bishop Adesina? Thank you so much. Bishop has been telling us that the Naira is going down, is going down, is going down, is going down. Comrade Plan B said they should please not release Nnamdi Kanu so that the death of Nigeria state will come faster. Comrade Plan B went on to say, very soon our Mumu go do and the rest will be history for Nigeria as an entity. Bola Tinubu, is he joking? It is not 8,000 naira, it will be 10,000. So do you think that Bola Tinubu is going to increase the fee? Because now that Bola Tinubu is asking that we should review the 8,000 naira. Let me read that quickly. Just in, and this was yesterday, Bola Tinubu, the president, the 16th president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, have now said, hold on, àwọn ọmọ Nigeria think pariwo, kí ló dé, tariwo ipò tó yìí. Wetin dey happen now? Wetin dey shele? Ṣé 8,000 naira no fit do for Nani? Bola Tinubu now say, hold on, okay. I am a listening president. I told you that I will listen to every single one of you. Even if your view is Biafra, I will listen to you. Even if you are Yoruba Nation, even if you are El Zakizaki, even if you are Asari Dokubo, even if you are Showore, I go listen to every single one of you. So Bola Tinubu has now put a stop. Let's give it, let's shout out, let's congratulate Tinubu now. Hey, Tinubu. Tinubu said, no. It seems that 8,000 naira is not enough to eat amala and eba and agbado. Where do you go? Whoever has that music, should please send it to me. Agbado, eba. What do you eat? Ewa, agbado. Shout out to those of you that have joined us. Is just trying to make it very, very smooth tonight. On a serious note, $10. Do you think that's a lot of money? Is it? What do you think? Thank you so much, those of you that are with me tonight. Sheffield Okoya Folayan say, good evening, the Prime Minister, Akogun of Media of Yoruba Land. This name is too much. Wahab Kazim. I love that kind of prayer. Keep the comment coming. Be rest assured, I'll be reading them out for the benefit of everyone because you're all in different platforms. Emawa Shai. Hey! Please send it to me now. I am sending it to you. Please send it to the studio number so that I can play it. The number is going to be the one on the screen. Ayomi Kun Damiju. I beg, make you send them. I love that music. I think I need that music too. You know what I mean? You get me? You get me? So Bola Tinubu is now asking for a review. President Bola Tinubu, yesterday, the 18th day of the month of July, said his administration will now review his earlier plan to distribute a monthly cash grant. It's free money now. Why you not going to cry? Naira is a lawyer to the rules of diminished return. This man is giving you free money, and some of you are complaining. Let me know when you send it so that I can go and pick it up quickly. So just say I have sent it, but do send it to the studio number so that I will be able to, bring it up quickly. Bola Tinubu for you know what? And they complain. Why people they complain now? Why they complain? This money is free. It's not a loan. It's not a lapo. It's a free money. 8,000 naira every month. Bamami Olushola Sokpe Asari Dokubo is working on Nigeria economy, so very soon is going to put in place. Asari Dokubo is now saying to Bola Tinubu, I beg, release this Biafra. Maybe they go. They are wahala too much. Simon Epa is giving them too much wahala. I'll be talking about all that. But at exactly 7 o'clock, my guest will join me from his base in Lagos State, and we're going to discuss for about half an hour, and then we'll start talking. But at exactly 8 o'clock, throughout the end of the program, we'll be speaking in Yoruba language. But for now, let's communicate in the language that is just going to be able to communicate with many people. Bola Tinubu is now saying that, I think we did a mistake. Oh. No way to cash up or send super chat on this channel. No verse. Just send it to our PayPal, musakalam1@yahoo.com. They've actually stopped the cash app. Nobody can send us money through the cash app, even though we should be receiving money. People cannot buy any super chat. They've removed that on YouTube. What is going on with those that are fighting the Koiki Media brand with the Star Radio UK? But if you really want to support us, you can send it through other platforms, which is the support at the kofi.com. Click on that, and that will automatically allow you to send whatever donation that you want to give us for free. Thank you so much. We do not have the super chat anymore on the YouTube in the last 4 months, but I do not have any reason for complaining. If they don't want to give it to us yet, you can still send your donation. Simon Ekpa, the good guy himself, according to Oguntade Show. So tonight, it's all about the Naira note, 8,000 Naira. But Bola Tinubu says, oh, please, Koiki, why are you making this noise? I can't say it yet. Damiju, have you sent it? Because I can't see any message coming from you yet. Once again, my name is Olami Koiki. So, following I think I love this president too. Agbado president. Did I say Agbado president? Some people call him Agbado president. Nigerians are not good people, Kunleko, thank you so much for those of you that are listening to us on all the platforms. Chinedu, thank you. Dudu, Afifumi, and those of you on the Twitter space, we are discussing the 8,000 Naira Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I think Bola Tinubu has done a mistake. So he's now saying, oh, come on, man. I've now asked them to review it. So why all this noise? Keep your noise quiet, Koiki and Star Radio UK. Nigerians have been shouting that 8,000 Naira, ew, this money no go reach us. This money no fit buy anything. As this Gadesheri, my brother, say, my question is, why did they move the capital to Abuja? Another question for Wahala. In fact, without being told, Koiki, you are a superstar. Remain blessed in Jesus' name. Amen. Hallelujah. What God cannot do, what God cannot do does not exist. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you so much. Keep your prayer coming. I need a lot of prayer because only Otapo. I don't know how the Igbo people they say, they say Otapo. Mommy Grace Senior, thank you so much. Mrs. Grace Olushoto, thank you so much. Mukenya Ibadan. How na they do for Abia State? How na they for Enugu? Osun State, I saw your governor moving from point A to B. This man is just dancing all over the place. Adeleke, start walking. Leave Dele Momodu alone. Every day you see picture of Dele Momodu and Adeleke. I don't know what is going on. It looks like these two friends are not leaving each other with their big tummy. Every day you see Adeleke and Dele Momodu. They are moving from point A to B. Adeleke, help the people in Osun State. This 8,000 Naira, how many people in Osun State are going to get it? Simon Ekpa, the good guy. Aziz is asking, why did they move the capital to Abuja? A big question that needs an answer. Okoya said, I love what is happening in Nigeria. Olorun, so you like what is happening in Nigeria, but that is affecting a lot of our people. On a serious note, President Bola Tinubu yesterday said his administration will review his earlier plan to distribute monthly cash grants of 8,000 Naira to 12 million households for 6 months as part of effort to assuage the hardship cautioned by the fuel subsidy removal. This followed public criticism of the policy, with the organized labor saying it falls far from the level of intervention required to ease the pain of the vulnerable Nigerians. The president Bola Tinubu have now directed that the 8,000 Naira conditional cash transfer, how are they going to get it? Is it by cash or bank transfer? Wari say capital to Abuja na onoji. Hey, this Yoruba is too much. I'll leave that for now. Kenzie say, good evening, please. I think Bola Tinubu is the president. He should point out how is Nigeria before he talk about the money giving money people. But the question I want to know is, how is Bola Tinubu? Remember that we saw Buhari, the former minister, that woman, every time they keep moving money and they were distributing the money in the north, but the money was not given to people in the southeast because they say they are Biafra people. We're not going to give them any money. But in the southwest, they say, tell your loved ones to send money from abroad. On a serious note, how is this money going to get to the 12 million people? And how is Bola Tinubu going to know this 12 million? Because do you know that the United Nations normally say that only the northeast and the northwest, the north central, that is where the poor people are. There's no poor people in Ibadan. There's no poor people in Enugu. There's no poor people in Anambra. There's no poor people in Kogi. There's no poor people across other regions. But the only poor Nigerians are in the southeast, in the northeast or the north central or the northwest due to the insecurity. Do you agree with that? So Bola Tinubu has now put a full stop for now when it comes to the cash transfer program. Emphasize to bring score to most vulnerable household. How do we know the vulnerable household in Nigeria? Báwo la ṣe fẹ́ mọ ẹni tó jẹ́ ẹni tí yà ń jẹ? Because me, I have, if Bola Tinubu give me opportunity, I will tell him that I have about 50 people that I know that really need that money. But am I sure that they will get the money? Oguntade say, the giant Koiki, you are really doing well. Brother, the Lord is your strength. Owolabi, as you say, after Owolabi, you are a troublemaker. You say after 6 months, what is going to happen? Agbado, Ewa, Gary, Ayomi Kudamiju, you promised to send us something. And we can't see what you are sending us. You promised to send it to me, and I told you to send it to the studio number. If anybody has that music, please can you send it to us? +44 74 044 05917. Waris Jinadu say, leftover election campaign money, laundry detergent makeup. As this went on to say, free Nnamdi Kanu Nigerian government, DSS without any condition. My question again is, how do we solve the current situation in Nigeria? Bola Tinubu, according to Dele Alake, who is the spokesperson for the president, read late yesterday. As we know, 43 million Nigerians shot out of Buhari's cash transfer. Are we really saying that when Bola Tinubu start delivering this money, what about the rest of the Nigerians that are also suffering? Mokiyami Beauty _ Amokbe Yalalu Barika, all our beautiful, beautiful mother, Mokibuba Omomoyi. Mokibuba Wanyan Waka Kiri Bubu Le Yoruba, Mokenti Mbeni Oke Okun. Orúkọ mi ni Ọlá Yomi Koiki. And this is the Star Radio UK network. And this is how we roll it out every Wednesday between 6 p.m. and likewise 8:30 p.m. Once again, welcome to the program. Yoruba Nation is still an ongoing project. Whether you like it or not, it's going to happen.
Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK.
Dele Alake said the new directive is a deference to the views expressed by Nigerians against it. Does it mean now that this president is going to be listening to us, especially those of us that are campaigner of the right to self-determination? Because if Tinubu Mokiba Bawa Fab, okay, Kayode, Nigeria ti luleo. Kingsley say, keep the good work going, my brother. I love you so much. Taiwo Henry went on to say, Nigeria turn-by-turn politics is what Nigerians are hoping will someday magically work in their favor. Give them a better Nigeria. What day is that going to happen? Mr. Fab, thank you so much. Remember that when Buhari was distributing the same money, so many Nigerians lost out. They didn't get money. But it seems that Tinubu is now reviewing this. He's not only giving money, Bola Tinubu has also ordered immediate. When you hear the word immediate, the question is whether people in the southeast will get fertilizer and grain, whether people in the southeast will get it, whether people in the south will get it, whether those in the southwest or whether those in the north will get it. Do you think that 50 million farmers and households that Bola Tinubu have requested that release fertilizer and grain to approximately 50 million farmers, do you think that you will be able to get out of that fertilizer and grain? Babawa Debbie Adenuga said, Koiki, I just sent it to you. Did you send it to the studio number? Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can get it now. Yeah, thank you so much. Let's listen to this. Let's listen.
What?
Hey.
Is it forever?
Is it forever?
Is it for Gary?
Hey.
Is it for beans?
Hey.
For what?
For what?
Is it forever?
8,000 naira.
For Gary?
For Gary.
Is it for beans?
For beans.
Forever. Gary? Beans.
Hey.
Forever. Gary? Beans.
Hey.
Cassava? Okay, yeah.
8,000 naira. I'm dancing to the 8,000 naira.
Forever.
Gary.
Beans.
Hey.
Gary?
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Okay, yeah.
Hey. Recruit 50. Hey, hold on. Bola Tinubu mentioned 50 million Nigerians. He's now asking 50 million farmers. I hope he's not mixing it up. I hope Bola Tinubu is not mixing something up, because in this music, during some of his campaign trail, he said, Buhari, are you sleeping? Recruit 50 million Nigerians into the army. What are they going to be eating? Oh yeah. Yes. That's for cassava, and that is exactly what he's saying. Give 50 million farmers immediate fertilizer and grain. Recruit 50 million farmers. Recruit. Mr. Clement said, I love this. Recruit. I love that part that he said recruit. Let's listen to it again. This is still the Star Radio UK, the network. Happy birthday to Peter Obi, even though it seems that you have not yet told us how you want to celebrate the birthday. Recruit, Bola Tinubu. Recruit. Gary. Àgbàdo cassava. And yam. Recruit 50 million youth. Yeah. I can see Bola Tinubu dancing there. Yeah. Color blue. Cassava Gary. On a serious note, let's come back. Thank you so much, Mrs. Debbie. And now we're gonna go straight to my team on the ground there that is going to tell us a little bit more of what we don't know. Do you think that Bola Tinubu can literally do a magic with the 8,000 naira? Do you think Bola Tinubu can do magic? And I now have with me Bishop Adeshino. Hello, good evening and welcome to the Star Radio UK network. Bishop is one of our analysts that tell us what we need to know when it comes to the Naira, what we need to know when it comes to the Ruba, what we need to know when it comes to how we should start thinking before we start losing a lot. Good evening and welcome to the Star Radio UK. You might want to say good evening to all our listeners before we go into the conversation for the next half an hour. Good evening to you, and I would like you to say good evening to all our listeners that are already joining us on the Star Radio UK. Go ahead, Bishop.
Yeah, thank you very much, Koiki. I want to say good evening to everybody all around the world, and I would like to say God bless you. It's nice being on the right platform. Star Radio UK evening and Koiki Media is the best media you should be on. So to be updated on what's going on around the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and you're welcome to the live transmission. I could hear the background of the noise of the traffic. I guess you are on the road, but what is the current situation in the last 24 hours when the price pump have gone up? You know, you're on the ground. Can you tell us how much is the cost of moving from point A to B, whether using Okada, whether using Keke Napel, or using Uber for those that are maybe can afford it? I don't know whether people can afford it. What is the current situation before we dive into the real discussion this evening? What is the current state of things from your own angle, looking at the transportation system and the cost of price?
Yeah, thank you very much. The cost of transportation has drastically gone high within yesterday and today. The price of the fuel, which jumped from 150 to 550 within a trickling of an eye between the day before yesterday and yesterday, jumped from 550 to 720. And this morning, the places where you have to enter 100 Naira transportation, they come, everybody are frowning everywhere because the transport drivers were charging 300 Naira. And this is somehow terrible for people to bear, looking at the circumstances of Nigerian economy and the Naira valuation also, the fuel price hike and the other factors. Hello?
We can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. And some other factor beyond what people can bear, like the price of Naira to dollar exchange, which was somehow 450 last 2 months, but suddenly within a month and 2 months, you now have presently 840 in the black market for a dollar, 840 Naira. Now a pound is changed. A pound is just for 100. And the inflation of expensive effect and the hike of the fuel increase the commodity price. The bottle of food that is sold for 200 Naira is now sold for 300 Naira. And if 10,000 Naira cannot cook reliable soup any longer. If you give your wife 10,000 Naira to cook any soup, your wife has to manage it because just 3 fish to cook soup is about 5,000 plus. 3 fish. 1 fish costs like 1,007, 1,005. That is 5 ton fish. And at least you need 3 fishes to be cut like 5 or 4 pieces into the soup. And that is more than half of 10,000 already. And you're going to buy pepper like tomatoes. A pack of tomato is 1,000. You need like 2 bags. And you're going to buy pepper, chili, and all that. Not to talk of oil or whatever ingredients. So the cost of living is very high. Not to talk of the people who now want to cook chicken or turkey in the food. So people cannot really bear what's going on anymore. So that's what I can say for now before I give it on the economic issue.
Okay, now that you've given us a kind of a background to the current situation, because you're on the ground, that means that you can literally tell us what is happening, as you can see. And thank you so much for reminding us that the dollar was about 2 months ago, $1 to 450. The dollar now in the space of 2 months has gone from $1 to 840, even though the the government is trying to adjust situation of things. When the president came in on the 29th of May. Let's first go back to Bola Tinubu. The president is now about 40-something days, going to 50 days. There's still no ministers yet. We are working on the timeline of 60 days. We know that they are working on it from their side, but we have to wait until we have a list. What is your take in the last 43 days plus of this new government before we dive into the 8,000 Naira? Because we need to go back one step. Maybe it's on the right projection, maybe not. We don't know yet, but maybe you can be able to guide us a little bit. In the last 40-something days of the President Bola Tinubu in office, how can you put that to our listeners from Kenya to South Africa? A lot of Africans rely on Nigeria. I was speaking to Benin Republic yesterday, and I was told that 1,000 Naira is giving them between 700 and 750 CFA. So a lot of those countries rely on Nigeria because that is where some of their goods come from. And that means more African countries like Ghana, Benin Republic, Togo, and the surroundings will be paying more to buy the goods from Nigeria. Let's go back. Bola Tinubu, less than 50 days in power. What is your take on that?
Wow, thank you very much. I think that Tinubu himself will have been regretting now his
Okay, we're not hearing you properly, Bishop. Maybe you're somewhere. It seems that your network is not really. We're really struggling to hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me now?
It seems that I know. Are you on the road? It seems that there's a lot of background noise. Go ahead, Bishop.
I said Bola Tinubu himself will be, should be regretting now for all his effort and strength to take the position of president by all costs. Because what he didn't expect is what is there for him. The previous regime of government have actually passed that is not that was handed over. Not quite a day ago, on the 12th of July, on expected loan that have been waiting about $500 billion. You have to pay. And to every meeting on the loan, and these were loans that excessive are taken. And my concern is that it did not have the force all these governments, but because they are all one chain of leads, so he has to patch on for and this is the reason why coming to us, the first thing he has to do is to devalue Naira so that there will be exchange excess income for Nigeria. Number two, increase the fuel price so that the fuel the amount that Nigerians use to buy like 5 liters of it's now what they are now using to buy 1 liter. So the rest excess go to the government so they can have excess income covered to pay for those loans. And it's so tedious that the next loan that is coming in October that they must pay is bigger than this one that they just paid. On the 12th of July is bigger. And that tells us that there is more hard time ahead for Nigerians. More hard time. Because there is no any foreign reserve for Nigeria. Before Buhari left, the accountant general said that there is no any money left for them. So Tinubu entered the office with a zero account and raising funds looking inward to raise funds for himself and to pay all the loans. So that is the concern, that why will he keep mute? Why will he not prove all these previous government that create studies unnecessary for trying to mend the government, the accounts, and inflicting pain and suffering on the citizens to suffer what we don't know anything about. So for me, what I say is that there is more hard time ahead for Nigerians, and this is just the beginning for them crying. There is more woe ahead for them, because the loan that they have to pay in October is far bigger than the one they just paid, and it is Nigerians that will cover up that money, even though Nigeria never.
All right. All right. It seems that
all right. The law.
All right. All right. Thank you so much.
The children abroad. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Bishop. I know you are on the move. It seems that your network, we're just trying, just about managing it, and we need to get our listeners around the world to be able to pick up what you're saying. Let's quickly come back to the conversation. Good evening to you, Mrs. Omolara Yabajala. Let's go back into the 8,000 Naira that Tinubu is trying to use to suppress the issue that so many millions of Nigerians are facing when it comes to poverty level. We know that the subsidy was removed on the 29th of May. Buhari refused to remove it so that APC doesn't lose the election. Tinubu is now trying his best to elevate not the poverty, but to cushion the problem temporarily. He has actually put it on hold. But what do you think, the 8,000 Naira, from the perspective of the Naira being devalued? Somebody is telling us that the black market is about 860. I know that the pound is about 1,090 to 1 pound as of today. What can Nigerians do with 8,000 Naira? All right, your network seems to be very poor, Bishop. Maybe I should call you back. Your network seems to be very poor. Maybe you want to move a little bit. Please do not call. We're not taking any calls yet. Please do not call yet. We're still taking Bishop additional, giving us a clear perspective. We need somebody on the ground so that we can be able to get this message out properly. We know that Nigeria, this is part of the bad infrastructure. Bishop, let's see if we can hear you a little bit much better. The line wasn't very clear earlier.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Well, we can pick up as it is right now. As long as you're not moving, it seems like you're moving, but we can understand. You've got the message I wanted to pass. Just go straight into the conversation.
All right. Now, we say 8,000 is not go cook a good soup for weekend or 2-day soup for weekend. Now, I know that the reality has dawned on them in Aso Rock on what is the issues about the economy of Nigeria, and that's the reason increase it was something million to 8 something million. He had 5 million for his salary because he knew in a couple of weeks or in a couple of months before the end of this year, the Naira will be completely useless, cannot buy much commodity, and so some people put.
All right, we're really struggling with you, Bishop. I don't know if the location is what is the problem or the infrastructure, but we can hardly hear you at all. We're struggling to hear you at all. Maybe you want to call us when you are a little bit far away from where you are right now. I'm going to let you go because, of our listeners around the world. I'm going to let Bishop go. Maybe some of you wants to call in, then I'll allow you to call in temporarily until Bishop have a clear net worth. These are some of the struggling. I mean, when we say Nigeria is not up to it at the moment, you can imagine we can't even have a good communication between a 6 hours journey, which is just less than 6,000 kilometers. Even though we can communicate to Russia, we can communicate to Australia, New Zealand, it seems that Nigeria is still backwards when it comes to infrastructure. We hope, Bishop, we get to a better location and then we can be able to hear from you. Let's go straight to this caller and see what this caller wants to say. Hello, good evening. And if you're calling, please mute the background. Let us mute the background that you're listening to. About muting background here, very, very important.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kauki.
You're live with us on the Star Radio UK network, sir. Ekabo, good evening and welcome.
Yeah, welcome to you all. Good evening to you, everybody that listening to this program. Mainly, we Africans or Nigeria living in diaspora.
You're welcome.
I've said it earlier that our politicians, they are killers. Either directly or indirectly. Look at what is happening now. If Jesus Christ is our president and Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is our first president of Nigeria, they can't feed that country. It's a death zone. All of them, seeing them now try to borrow money. They want to give them 8,000 Naira. What's 8,000 Naira want to buy? For a month? Is that for a day? Let me tell you, they're just playing upon people's life in that country. A country where we have over 150 languages. No understanding. They are just embezzling the money. Even if they borrow the money, look at what the center will take out of that money. So, my people, until we get Yoruba nation at that country, or until everybody separates on their own, what is the force of being together? Language barriers, cultural barriers, traditional barriers, everything are not the same.
But can we blame Tinubu? Can we blame Tinubu for the problem that is facing, or should we say that it is too early to give it a call? Tinubu is less than 50 days into the government.
We blame Tinubu. All of them are killers. I'm saying it publicly now in the sense that who sold Buhari for us?
Okay.
Tinubu.
So you're going back to 2015 when Tinubu endorsed and brought Buhari.
Hello. All of the other PDP or APC or Nigeria politicians, they are all killers. During the time of Awolowo, I'm in my 60s, during the time of Awolowo, we benefited from them. They have good orientation for the public people. He said it. That all these children that are not trained, they will train you in future, and we will train them. Do I not mean that I will use Tinubu abroad now and I will be happy to shake his hand? Don't no. I know how much I've sent to Nigeria yesterday. I know how much I've sent today as well. To empower my people back home. Do I do this? That's why I used to tell to our people that we are into voluntarily. What are the kind of job you are doing? Are we on that land?
All right, thank you so much.
That's when I look at you. You are one in a kind.
Thank you, sir.
Peggy, it's not a matter of money. You are one in a kind. If you have like 10 people like you in different places talking all the time like this, this will change. It's people in diaspora that will change the mentality and attention of our Nigerian government.
Thank you so much.
Nigeria is a shito country.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Well, you can also call in. Thank you as the first caller as well. The line is open. 8,000 Naira. Thank you so much, Mr. Fumbo Okunawo. Yes, it seems that Bishop is really en route somewhere, and I think he's trying to call back maybe the line is a little bit much clearer now because the discussion is on air and we cannot be joking with it because Nigeria did not invest too much as well. Let's see if we can get Bishop out. You can also call in as well. Hello, Bishop.
Hello.
Okay, we were really struggling.
Is it clear now?
Yeah, it seems that you are moving from point A to B. We were really struggling, getting you. Let's see if it's going to be better now. Go ahead. Okay. I'll let you know if it's good or if not. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much because I'm stable here now. So I think it's clear. Now, the 8,000 Naira is useless because 10,000 Naira can't even cook a good soup for 2 days in Nigeria presently. And I narrated that earlier. I said just a three pieces of fish, three pieces of fish cost like 5,000 plus because one fish is about 1,007, 1,005, depend on the fish. And for you to cook a good soup, at least you need like 3 fishes, chopped into like 4 pieces. And you're going to buy pepper, you're going to buy tomatoes. A pack of tomatoes is 1,000. You need like 2. So almost 10,000 is finished. So what can 8,000 do? And moreover, the reality has dawned on them in Aso Rock, realizing the efficacy of the economy of Nigeria, that Naira in a short of days or months will become useless. Presently, 12,000 Naira exchange at the border of the Republic will give you 10,000 SEPA. 12,000 Naira will give you 10,000 SEPA. So the SEPA is even stronger and higher than Naira presently. And when you look at 8,000 Naira, those who are advising Mr. President to give such palliative, they realize that truly the economy is crumbled because Nigeria has never benefited any citizen. Even when international organizations gave Nigeria money to give to the citizens during COVID-19, Nigeria did not give any citizen any money. And they give Nigerian food to give citizens. Nigeria government did not give any citizen food. But Nigeria can lie that they feed children and nobody has these children fed by Nigerian government. So for government to plan by themselves that they want to give at least 8,000 Naira, even if they are going to steal out of it, for them to plan that they want to give such an amount of money out like that, I can see the hardship ahead of Nigerians, in which Nigeria did not have any, they did not think about, for the reality has done on them at the top. And that's the reason Tinubu can increase his salary immediately.
I think Tinubu has already. I think the 1 minute, Bishop. I think the presidency have debunked that salary increment, so we will probably just leave that. But the question is, do the government have enough money to increase from probably 8,000, maybe to 20,000, and probably increase the numbers from 12 million, maybe to 20 million? Do you think that Nigeria has that kind of money to be able to give 20 million and approximately about 20,000 Naira every month for the next 6 months? Also remember that Tinubu also says that they will be releasing grains and also fertilizer to 50 million Nigerians. But the real question is, do this government have the fund to be able to extend the 8,000 Naira? Because I don't know what they're going to be doing, but already there's a review until we have to wait for the presidency. Go ahead, Bishop.
Nigeria has the money.
Okay.
Nigeria has the money. The issue with Nigeria has always been corruption and the unwillingness for public officials to have the interest of the citizen at hand. So if it's money or the fund, Nigeria has the money. The Tinubu said, is saying that he has such a plan and is going to do it. The issue is let's wait and see if he's going to execute it successfully. If some public officials will not siphon what he plans, because governance is not about one-man business, one-man show. The Mr. President cannot rule the whole Nigeria. He has to rule the country with executive. He has to rule the country with head of operations and all that. Now, where the problem lies is those executives, the head of operations, who will collect the money and not siphon it, or who will collect the money and not go and hide it in foreign accounts, or who will collect the money and go and give it to his own tribal people. And these are the major problems that could be. But our own view is that why can't you use this money to build refineries? If truly you have the
is that not okay? I understand your
sharing.
I understand your point.
Why sharing the money that is useless?
But do you think that building the refinery is going to? One minute, Bishop. Do you think that trying to build that refinery will cushion the pressure that we have already? Because the Dangote refinery is already, up and running from what we are told, and the government expectation is that why do we need to repair the refinery, which you are suggesting Bola Tinubu, the president, should be doing? Will that not take time? And are we not going to lose more Nigerians dying while they're trying to repair a damaged, corrupt refinery that have been abandoned for, Buhari tried to repair it, money was wasted on it, and probably maybe because they are aware that the Dangote refinery is going to be up and running, which was, inaugurated before the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, left. But the real question is still that these review that the president is trying to put together, you are on the ground. From your own community, do you even think that even after the review, do you think that this money will get to some areas within the community that you are aware of? Because I'm sure there's so many poor people across Nigeria, because the Kano state governor is already questioning the president whether Lagos will be getting the big share as against Kano, where there's more poverty. So should we say that there's more poverty in the north and there's less poverty in the south, whether the southwest or the southeast? How are we going to share the formula, whether Tinubu comes back and add extra to it or not? I want to know, Bishop, how is this government? I understand you've been telling us that. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. See, if government in Nigeria want to do something right, they know the right path to follow. But if they want to play politics games that they always do, they know how to play Nigeria as an international organization like games or like football. From the first view, by naming numbers of households that is not up to 50% of the population of Nigeria, the program is a failure. You cannot say you want to cushion poverty or effects of subsidy, and you say that you want to give some steps. Everybody in Nigeria buys that fuel at that rate. There is no special price for some people. And if you want to push it, is that the way Western world pushing the effect of give palliative to the citizens? Okay, if you want to give palliative like that, what is the use of our BVN? The bank have our database. Why can't you walk through the bank? If you have BVN, everybody, so amount will be credited into your account. Now, they will not follow all those paths. They will not follow, even if you don't want to use BVN, what about hand-in-hand? We have database. So if you say you are not following that, you want to go to political party, okay, go to political party. What about your voters card? If you have voters card, go and collect money. But they are not going to follow through all those songs. They want to follow through that dubious way that they will say they're giving out money and nobody will see anything. The people that will carry out those projects will go away with all those money and nobody will arrest them. Go up, okay. Who has been prosecuted in Nigeria for embezzling public fund and the prosecution has been successful or ended in jail? Except somebody who has offended them in their political and they want to punish, and that person is not necessarily to be any political member. So the area of the government wants to give money. I will say, just take off your mind. It's a game. It's a game. It's not a success. It's not going to bring out a successful result. Because how do you identify poor people in the society?
Okay, let me.
Do you have agency?
All right,
Nigeria doesn't have that facility.
All right, let me ask you this question, Bishop. Going back to Nigerians, according to the presidency, says that following public criticism of the policy, the government has now put an hold on it. Is this government caring to listen to public criticism? This was what Buhari was not able to do because Buhari was doing things on his own. Because I remember that Buhari posted to say a reminder to the Igbos of what happened during the Civil War in a tweet. That tweet was removed for violation of Twitter. Buhari refused to accept apology, rather shut down Twitter for 6 months. Are we saying that Bola Tinubu in 50 days is a listening president to the Nigerians that voted for him, not some of us that disagree with his view as a Nigerian president, because we are going to be preferable to have a Yoruba sovereign nation as a Nigerian president? But if the president is saying that public criticism is the reason why we're going to put a review on these, what is your take on that? Even though we know that the 8,000 Naira is still not yet enough in the first place. What is your take on the public criticism that the president is looking into as against taking further action without looking into the public criticism? Is he going to be able to accept public criticism? Because if the Biafras are saying that we want to go, are we going to see a discussion between the president? If the El Zakizaki are complaining, is this government going to listen to everybody, including Omoyele Sowore, that believe in revolution? But first and foremost, Bola Tinubu is responding to public criticism. What is your take on that?
Okay, thank you very much. Number one, Yoruba is different among ethnic groups in Nigeria. You can't compare any Yoruba man looking at their attitude as inhumane. No, Yoruba, we are sympathetic. He will not want his name and his family name to be tarnished, even though he is stubborn on his own. But Yoruba have that attitude. He will listen. He will listen. He's going to listen to the people. So, listening to public opinion is what is expected of him, and for him to listen to public opinion and put a hold on the money to review it, it's normal. It's normal to a Yoruba man in the position of authority, even if he's a wicked man. When Obasanjo was a president, he listened to public opinion. In spite of the fact that he did what he wanted to do, he still listened. That's Yoruba for you. The Yoruba blood, he will listen. And then he can try to do what he wants to do, but he will listen. It is not in our attitude to be autocratic, because we know the consequence of that. Being a leader, you are not born a leader, you are appointed a leader. And if you are in a position of authority and you forget that you are appointed there, then you are all there on your own, and you may face the consequence later. So normally he will listen to public opinion, and but later he may do what he wants to do. So it's normal that he will listen.
All right. If Peter Obi has become the president, what would have been any different from what we are witnessing now? Or should Atiku have won that election, even though we know that there's still an ongoing petition going on, between the two of them against Bola Tinubu, result by INEC? What do you think any of the other two will have done differently, including Sowore? That is, if Sowore has won this election, because Sowore is saying that, we told you not to vote for Bola Tinubu, and all these politicians, like the last caller said, all the politicians are killers. What do you think that the other two political parties will have done differently in terms of the subsidy and cushioning the problem? Do you think that they will have offered 8,000 naira as well?
If any of them, I will not be in the position to judge, because I'm not Almighty God. I'm not Alpha and Omega. But from the perspective of what's on ground, Bola Ahmed Tinubu was allowed to go in because of competence, because they know the atrocity they've done on ground, and they know that it's Tinubu that can manage and mend that seat, that economy. Any other that comes in after Buhari, Nigeria would have been met by now. Things would have been worth more than this. I'm telling you the truth. Is it not Atiku, when he was campaigning during the Buhari that time? And one of his manifesto is that once he gets in, he's going to privatize NNPC and sell off public assets. Somebody that has not got into office. He's not even talking about building more. He's going to sell it off. And looking at what was on ground, that was on ground, that this man comes in to start paying. I'm not advocating for Tinubu, no. And I'm not saying he's doing well. He's not doing well. He's not doing well. And he should not have been in, he should not have applied for that seat in the first place. But he coming there is the one holding Nigeria now, and Nigeria is suffering for it. You are paying for it. If not, Nigeria should be to your tent, O Israel, by now. Everybody to your tent, O Israel. Buhari should have been the last president of Nigeria.
All right.
And so, any of those people, including Sowore and co, would not have done better. Things could have been worse.
All right. Let's come back quickly to the Nnamdi Kanu and Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho before you go, because I still want to have about 10 more minutes with you before we allow other callers to come through. Rule of law was what Buhari never played with. He was very bitter person. Is a sadist. Buhari is a sadist. When you look at him, people thought Buhari is a nice man, and maybe bringing him back was the best option. Tinubu got involved in that, brought Buhari in 2015. Buhari was able to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu. He was able to attack Igboho's. Igboho escaped death 2 years ago. Tomorrow, the 20th, Igboho was also stopped in Benin Republic on his way en route to Germany. Tinubu hasn't said much between the two self-determination campaigner, either from the Nnamdi Kanu or Chief Dr. Sunday Igboho. What is your take? What do you think, Tinubu would do, differently? Like you say that it is just that ethos of the Yorubas. That is why Tinubu is looking into the criticism in terms of the 8,000 naira that we are discussing. But in terms of Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu, what is your take on that? What do you think that Tinubu will be thinking? Because yesterday, I don't know whether it's got to do with Igboho or not, but I saw President Patrice Talon of Benin Republic plus some other African leaders visiting Tinubu in Aso Rock in Abuja yesterday.
Thank you very much. These are top diplomatic discussions. I wasn't, I'm not in the right place to speculate on it, but what I know is that Tinubu will listen, and it behooves on those in the self-determination forefront to put their desire and their want forth. I believe, like Babawa Professor Banjo Akitoye said in the meeting we had, that they are sending delegates to the president to discuss and negotiate. And these are what I expect from the Biafra side also. I believe Tinubu will listen, and all what will be discussed will be on a diplomatic level and secret, not for public consumption. And if Tinubu will not listen from the grassroots in the self-determination groups or the attacks, we will know what is the feedback based on the instruction our leaders will then give. But presently, I believe that negotiation is going on, and that's why we are still seeing what is happening, and Tinubu is a new state. Thank you, and thank you for that.
And the last one before you go, finally, Nigerians outside, that are concerned with their loved ones at home when it comes to, the change of the pressure in terms of the Naira, even though they are sending in the extras, but it is still not helping them. What can the diaspora do more now to support their loved ones, from your own, perspective as someone on the ground?
Okay. I will speak from the perspective of the Yoruba Nation program. If you are in the diaspora as a Yoruba person and you have an assistance to do financially for your people in the homeland, there is no any amount of money you will send home that will always be sufficient or be enough for them. Once they are converting it into Naira, the Naira will just be a fee for cannot purchase reasonable commodities. When you hold 100,000 Naira and you go to market, it looks as if it is 10,000 Naira in your hand with what you buy with it. So, according to the plan that we have on ground, I will advise them to go to our platform and open a Ruba account. Ruba account is $12 to 1 Ruba. It's to reserve money, and as the people at home need money, it will be easy for them to convert to Naira and use, while the rest will be in the Ruba for them, instead of sending through the Nigerian exchange, and they are just consuming it. So the only help financially is to create a kind of savings investment on Ruba for them. And so the money can just be preserved there for them. And that is the little, because even when you talk about trying to create investment for them at home, yes, business are closing down. Which investment do you want to create for them? People are now resorting to Okada rider. There's no any yielding. Some people are now losing their job. If you misbehave now, they sack you out of office. They sack you because the manager is looking for a way to even reduce the staff. And so people are just becoming self-employed, more people self-employed, POS operators, and all that. So the only thing, only people that are lucky that have corporate or government jobs. And even those that have government jobs, the salary is not enough for them anymore because they are spending those salary on transportation. Except they go to office and they steal. That's why they have to steal. And that's why you see a lot of ritualists, killing, kidnapping, cutting heads, because the Naira cannot purchase any good commodity.
All right.
The Naira cannot purchase. As I'm sitting down here now, I order for food, and for me to eat conveniently, I have to spend like 3,000 Naira for me to eat conveniently. Just a buka, and I'm eating just maybe a lap of chicken. Even if I want to eat fish, just a tail of fish. A tail of fish is 1,000 Naira. It's a soup. A tail of fish. So people who are surviving in Nigeria are surviving by the grace of God. So the only thing you can do for people at home from diaspora is to look for something like that river that we see, where you can save money there for them, and whenever they have a need, they can order for it and take out of it, and the thing can be reserved there for them. But spending money all the time like that, you will be tired. Because what you spend, you think you have spent money, is useless to them. Some can't even pay their house rent, and they are working. Wow. They're working, but they can't pay house rent.
Thank you so much, Bishop.
So I'm sorry. Nigeria is mess. I'm just sorry.
All right. Thank you so much. We're going to let you go. Thank you for the contribution again this evening on the Star Radio UK network, as usual. Calling you even at the last minute. Thank you so much, Bishop. And I will let you go so that you can enjoy your meal. Well, that is Bishop. Maybe we should start again from here, as we were listening to earlier on.
For what? Is it for Eba? Is it for Gary?
Is it for Eba? Is it for Gary? Mr. Kende Gabriel Ogumokun, I am just begging you to continue doing what you are doing without minding what stupid element among us are saying. Everyone in Nigeria has known what Yoruba stand for and where they were planning to go next. Please keep the flag flying. Thank you so much, Obanla Olaleye Paul. Is it for Eba? Is it for Agbado? Is it for my mind?
Is it for Eba?
Is it for Eba? Good evening to you, my Jack for Care. Good evening to those of you that have joined us across the board. I will open the phone line at exactly 8 o'clock. Yoruba pata pata la mama sodile.
Is it for Gary?
Is it for Gary? Good evening to you, Comrade Plan B. Say, Otapo, Uju enemy law, but God is your strength, always white lion. Aki Games, is it forever? Kini cost of petrol? How many people still have the Mrs. Idris Abimbola Mofitowotowo? Can you tell me? Iwa Peluewa, and likewise Ijaya, and the rest of you. Omobalaji Abdullah, Mr. Fab, do you enjoy this? Is it for Eba? Is it for beans?
Gary beans.
Hey.
Gary beans.
It seems that Bola Tinubu said he will be doing whatever it needs to do to keep the renewed energy, but it seems that this is now called Renew Shege. Shout out to those of you on our network today. It is called the Star Radio UK, and this is how we do it every Wednesday as we continue to look into all the issues from 8 o'clock. It is a sponsored program from Ilano Omo Odudua. Tomorrow, also the home-based Yoruba Nation media will be launching out tomorrow. Make sure you join us as we're going to be bringing that as well later on tomorrow at 3 p.m. But for now, I will be taking your call, but let us listen one more time to Idis Agbado or Eba or Gazaba. Recruit 50 million Nigerians into the military. I hope Bola Tinubu will be able to recruit 50 million of you so that at least you can have a job. The security situation in Nigeria is still getting very, very alarming. I'll be telling you some of the news headline that we have so far before we leave in just about 5 minutes from now. I didn't say we are going, we leave at 8:30, but at exactly 5 minutes before the 8 p.m., I'll be giving you all the news headline from, we call it Location 9. If you don't know what that is, it's called Nigeria. There's a lot happening from the southeast to the southwest to every part of Nigeria, and as many Nigerians are asking the question, what have we done wrong that our lives is not really worth anything in Nigeria? Do you think that Bola Tinubu, now that being the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, will be able to recruit 50 million people into the military as he was proposing to Buhari before he became the president, or is it just a rhetoric? Good evening once again to every single one of you, and it seems that we have somebody calling. Let's go straight to the caller quickly, and please let us also be mindful of the language as we are transmitting on a big network. Good evening to you, Ganelo Yede, Emmanuel Ikechukwu, all hey Biafra. Good evening to you all the way in the continent, and welcome to the Star Radio UK network.
Good afternoon, sir.
You're live with us. Go ahead. Very good. Good evening and welcome. Princess Adekunle, good evening to you as well. Go ahead, my caller.
Okay. We are talking about 8,000 Naira flow that the Tinubu administration tried to give to the citizens of Nigeria. Yorùbá máa sọ wípé a fi ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ sílẹ̀ à ń pa làpálàpá. 8,000 Naira is not the solution to the problem of Nigerian people. The government they leave the right thing to do, and they are doing something that cannot pay off for the citizens of Nigeria. They know what to do. The first thing to do for the government to make people, have a good living is to look into the economy. We know that there's no life in Nigeria. And if there is no life, there will be poverty. There is no life. There is no good hospital. No, what are we talking about? Everything in Nigeria is a mess.
So what do you think is the immediate situation? Because we're talking about the immediate now. They've removed the subsidy that was there supporting millions of Nigerians that were using a better pass your neighbor. The hairdresser needs it. The barber needs it. Somebody that has a booker needs it. Almost everybody doesn't have electricity. So they rely on that fuel. But that has been removed, and I remember 2012 when Jonathan removed it from 65 to 200, Ojota was full of protests, but it seems that Nigerians have thought, okay, maybe it's a Yoruba man, we shouldn't go out and protest. What is the immediate effect that Tinubu would have done differently to cushion this problem, apart from the long-term issue?
There is no immediate effect. As I look at it, there is no immediate effect to pushing the problem. Because the only immediate effect is suffering for Nigerians. It's suffering. There's no immediate effect because there is no enabling environment. If government want to push it effect, there will be a enabling environment for the government to make it happen. But in case of Nigeria, there is no enable environment for the palliative to be effective. If they say they want to give people money, it's not going to be done because they know how they have been doing it. They don't want anything to work in Nigeria. That's why I love that country to separate. I love it. Let us go our own way because there is no solution that I want to bring to Nigeria that will work. It won't work. It won't work. It won't work. Look at all those when they say they increase where those days. They will say, we're going to use palliative. At the end of the day, they are telling Nigerian people lie. At the end of the day, they won't do anything. People will just shout and they will go and rest. There is no solution to any. The only solution is suffering. They will continue to be suffering. There's no way they can introduce any palliative. No way, because any way that they say, they want to give you, if they say that they want to give people, let's say 20,000 each. There is no medium that they can use to make it happen. They know they will just eat up the money. The system will eat up the money. We all know. If we are just talking about it now, we know how Nigeria works. I live in Nigeria all my life. I just left Nigeria not less than 6 years. 6 years ago. I know how Nigeria works. It is a corrupt society. If they say they want to do any palliative, let's say 100,000 for each. Everybody will just say, they want to give us 100,000. But how are they going to carry it out?
The execution of it.
They won't execute it. They will just it's corruption. They will corruptly take away the money, and they won't say anything at the end of the day. They won't see anything anything tangible that they use the money to do. And the money will not go to the people. The money will not be channeled to the people. They will corruptly embezzle the money.
Thank you so much.
I don't see anything. I don't see anything that will happen. The only thing that will happen is suffering.
It's suffering. All right. Thank you so much. This caller says suffering. Do you agree with this caller? 8,000 Naira. The government is trying to review that. Let's go straight to the next caller quickly. Hello, good evening and welcome to Star Radio UK Nigeria Voices. Good evening. Àwa ni ẹ sà.
Mo fẹ́ dá sétò ní sà.
Ẹ ti wà lórí ẹ̀, ẹ bá wa ṣe ní kọ́mọ́kọ́mọ́.
Ẹ ṣe gan. Nǹkan tó ń tẹ̀ mẹ́ta láì sọ fún wa ni pé nígbà tí bàbá Tinubu náà máa ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ 8,000 pọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀. Ṣé wọ́n ti kọ́kọ́ mọ àwọn tó ń ṣe Nàìjíríà kan tó ń ṣe Nàìjíríà pọ̀ wọ́n tó ká tó bẹ̀ lórí pé ọ̀rọ̀ àti ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ lórí owó. Ìyẹn ló kọ́kọ́ gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé náà pé òkè táàdì Nàìjíríà táàdì òun ṣe Nàìjíríà kò yé. So wọ́n jẹ́ ká gbàgbé pa pé a máa tó wà ní.
Who is a Nigerian? Who is not a Nigerian? Okay.
Kọ́pin kọ́jọ́ tó lọ́kọ́ bá pín ká máa lọlé. Ẹjọ́ tó lọ́wọ́ ẹ bá sọ fún wọn.
Kọ́pin ni.
Mo ń bẹ̀ yín ni ẹ sọ fún ẹ gbogbo tá à ń sọ yìí a kàn ń fi ń gbé ìṣe àsìkò ni. Kọ́pin kò sí nǹkan tó lè ṣe é ṣe. Àpáta tán bá ti wó òòtún lùgá sókè mọ́. Àpáta tó bá ti wó tán bá ti fi jígà wọ̀ kò tún lè dámọ́ láìláì àìsàn tó lè ṣe. Adáfún yẹn kó.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni bàbá wa. Tó ẹ̀yin náà láǹfààní àti pè nísìn àti wọ́n fẹ́ wọnú agbami ètò ti àwa tí à ń pera wa ní self-determination, the Yoruba Nation self-determination, which in the next 2 minutes, everything will now fall into the conversation. A lot of people that might call in that process might speak in Yoruba, but we will try and summarize for the benefit of our non-listeners as well. The Yoruba Nation campaigner continue to ask, when are we going to get the dead corpse or corpses, because there's 2 of them, of Alhaji Fatai that was killed inside Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho's residence in Soka by the sadist known as the former president Muhammadu Buhari. He's a sadist. He hates the Igbos, likewise the Yorubas. Also, we're talking about Adogon, a family man that left wives and children with a mother. Both have now been given the final burial because as we speak today, nobody knows where the bodies are. We have another caller quickly, and let's say good evening, Ekabo Sorieto, Star Radio UK.
Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ béèrè ni pé àwọn mélòó ni ọ̀dọ́mọ Nàìjíríà tàbí 8,000 ṣé ọmọ dátà wọn Ọmọ dátà yìí àwọn tó lówó sọyọ ọmọ dátà yìí àwọn tí à ń jẹ. Ìlú tó ti ń fìyàn ní full time gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn tó wà l'Amẹ́ríkà ń sè. Wọ́n mọ iye àwọn tó lówó, wọ́n mọ iye àwọn tí à ń jẹ, wọ́n mọ iye àwọn tí ò ń ṣiṣẹ́ tó ń fún ní owó yẹn. Oye tó lè fún wọn níbi ẹni tó fún lówó kéré jù. Ẹ ló sá.
À ń gbọ́ yín.
Ẹni tó fún lówó kéré jù nílùú yìí ni wọ́n fún ní $200 àwọn tó bá wà l'Amẹ́ríkà wọ́n mọ
nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ yẹn. Nàìjíríà lówó tó tó yẹn ìbò ní Nàìjíríà ti fi máa fún yàn kankan ní 100,000 400,000.
So ìyẹn àkọ́kọ́. Èkejì ni pé ṣé owó tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ti wá pure water ní 8,000 yẹn ni which is $10 náà fún àwọn èèyàn ni àbí kí ló jẹ́.
Ṣówó yẹn kéré ní àkópọ̀.
Ọ̀nà tó bẹ́ẹ̀ fi kówó jẹ náà ń wá torí pé wọn ò mọ iye dátà. Ẹ wo ìgbà tí bàbá wa agbówórí bàbá ọjà tó gbé 10,000 trader money àwọn mẹ́rin náà fún lówó kò sí record kò sí nǹkan ìyẹn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọdún rẹ̀ ti system ilé náà ọdún rẹ̀ ti kówó jẹ again ìyẹn àkọ́kọ́. Eléyìí tó dùn mí jù ọ́ eléyìí tí ó jẹ mí lógún ni pé ìlú yẹn ikán ó dàbí igi táńgò tó jẹ́ tó dán lójú ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo ẹ̀ ikán ti jẹ́ kò ní kankan tó fi dúró mọ́. Ìtẹ̀lẹ̀ káwọn ra mú igi yẹn káwọn ra fà wá lẹ̀ kó má pàwọn èèyàn. Àwọn fẹ́ sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ gorí ẹ̀. Tó bá gorí ẹ̀ gbé yẹn máa kú ni.
Ọ̀dà.
Ẹ ló sá.
À ń gbọ́dún yín bàbá.
Ẹ ló sá.
À ń gbọ́ yín sẹ́ẹ̀.
Tó bá gorí ẹ̀ nísìnyí wọ́n fẹ́ lọ gorí ilé tó ní foundation. Ibi tó yẹ kó ti ṣe é ṣe ó ti yẹ kó ti ṣe é lé láti 2014 tí àwọn àgbàmẹ́jì àti ẹ̀ kan ti tún condition yẹn kan ti tún ṣe. Ọ̀hún ní 2014 yẹn á fẹ́ padà sí regional government tó ń ṣe ní 1960 kọ́kọ́lùkù kọ́kọ́ ṣe region ẹ̀ kan ṣe dáadáa wọn lè ṣe yẹn. So èyí tí mo pè é ti kọjá eléyìí tó kù tí mo rò pé ọ̀nà àbáyọ kan ṣoṣo tó kù tí ó lè pa anybody lára àti Adẹ́wà o àti Biafra o àti Masobu àti dàtàwò ní pé kó jókòó sórí round table kó mú gbogbo ìlú yẹn kán fàyà kán kálukú wá mú tiẹ̀ lọ́nú yàrá ìyá ẹ̀ àti bàbá ẹ̀ kó lọ túnṣe kó lọ tútò. So ìgbà yẹn ni àwọn kálukú tó lè gbé ní ìgbé ayé ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ àti ìrọ̀rùn àti ní ìmọ̀ ọ̀gá tí mo lè sọ mọ́ eléyìí tí mo lè sọ tó jẹ́ kókó níbẹ̀ yìí pé kọ́ńtìlì yẹn.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa. Thank you so much. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Well, the caller for one of those of us that probably would like to understand what he was saying, it's still the same message. Dissolve this union is no longer conducive. Is that your take? Ṣé nǹkan tẹ́yìn náà rò pé ó gbọ́dọ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn? A ní wákàtí díẹ̀ láti fi gbé ètò yẹn wá sílẹ̀, a sì ní half an hour. À ń béèrè pé níbo ni ikú àwọn bàbá wa méjèèjì wà? We're talking about the two people that were killed inside the house of Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho ìyẹn ní 2 years ago. Níbo ni wọ́n gbé òkú yẹn lọ àti pé kí ló dé tí òkú yẹn ò tí ì padà wá? Àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí à ń béèrè òun nìyẹn lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n bá ń ṣèjọba pẹ̀lú Bọ́lá Tinubu sísì wọ́n sọ pé ó ń gbọ́ràn ó ń gbọ́ gbogbo tí wọ́n ń sọ nítorí pé ó náà máa fún wọn ní 8,000 naira. Àmọ́ 8,000 náà ó náà ti ń review ẹ̀ torí pé ó dà ń pé owó yẹn kọ́ ó fẹ́ kéré. Ṣé ẹ̀yin náà gbàgbọ́ pé Yorùbá nation òun ni ìlọsíwájú nítorí pé bàbá wa Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè the Alano of Yorùbá land tí wọ́n sọ fún Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu pé àjọṣepọ̀ àwọn àti ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà yìí kò dán mọ́rán. Bàbá ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní ìjẹta níbi tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe program kan. Bàbá ní Òkìtìpupa in Ondo State was producing good amount of palm oil in large quantity. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni rubber plantation ní Arárọ̀mí was also doing very well during the regional government of the late Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀. Bàbá sọ̀rọ̀ nípa rubber estate ní ìlú Ìkẹ́nẹ́ níbi tí wọ́n ní gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di igbó. He also talked about the citrus where plantation of orange juice was provided and transformed from orange to the orange juice as well. Mo kí ya mi Comfort Ológunjà àyàwó Gbémilékè mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa lálùbáríkà mo kí ẹlẹ́ǹkan sí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní United Arab Emirates mo kí ẹ Chinedu lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí tí o dúró tì wá lórí MixLR. Ẹ̀yin náà láǹfààní àti pè ní wákàtí kó tó di pé a ní lè gba ìpè kankan mọ́. Ẹ já lọ sí òkè ọ̀hún náà ní ìlú Èkó níbi tí kọ́ọ̀lù yìí náà ti ń bọ̀. Ẹ ló bàbá wa ẹ bá wa ṣe òun yẹn ní kíákíá kí a gbọ́ bí ẹ ṣe fẹ́ bá wa dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ náà nírọ̀lẹ́ yìí lórí Star Radio UK.
Ẹ ṣé o Mr. Láìmí Kóìkì.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sà.
Ẹ ní ṣọ́kú lágbára Ọlọ́run májẹ̀mú.
Ẹ ṣé dùn.
Number 1, òkú Mr. Saidi Adogan àti Afa Fatai.
À ń gbọ́ yín.
Ọrùn Buhari la gbọ́dọ̀ sùn. Wọ́n á wá òkú yẹn jáde pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n rán wá lé ẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ yẹn, but Buhari ni number 1 target. Táàmù àmúṣọbó ti kó lórí oyè báyìí sùn. Ó ti gbé president sílẹ̀, ó ti ṣe ọdún mẹ́jọ dáadáa tó máa ṣe. Òkú àwọn méjèèjì ẹ̀ ń wà lọ́rùn Buhari. Number 1. Number 2, 8,000 naira tó ló fẹ́ pín. Kò sẹ́ni tó ní ìdí 8,000 naira wọn rárá. Ní ìdí 8,000 naira wọn. Yorùbá nation ní solution wọn. Ìjọba apanilẹ́kúnjayé, ìjọba amúnisìn, ìkà ẹni bí ní gbogbo wọn. Ẹni bá sọ pé rọ ni kó wá fi kó wá wo báwo ayé àwọn èèyàn ṣe dáa ká má sọ mí. Kò sẹ́ni tó ní ìdí 8,000 naira wọn. 8,000 naira kọ́ la fi ń jẹun láti ìgbà tó ti bí wa. Mo ń sọ táàsì mi lẹ́fì month. Mi ò rí pa kankan. Ní pé bóyá kò sí èrè kankan tí èèyàn jẹ ní ọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba. Ní ìdí 8,000 naira wọn. Wọ́n fẹ́ fi jalè, wọ́n fi ń jí owó ni. Wọ́n fi ń jí owó, olè ní gbogbo wọn. Yorùbá nation la fẹ́. Yorùbá nation òun lọ̀nà àbáyọ. Òun lọ̀nà àbáyọ fún ìran Yorùbá. Yorùbá nation la fẹ́. Ní ìdí 8,000 naira wọn rárá. Nítorí ìkà ẹni bí olè ọ̀dájú èèyàn. Amọ́niṣe ni afàìmọ́niṣe ni aṣeni tó bá ní dárò. Àwọn bámúbámú ni mo mọ̀ pé bí ń pa, wọ́n mọ̀ pé bí ń pààrọ̀ Yorùbá, ṣùgbọ́n torí pé ìkà ni wọ́n. Ẹni bí Júdásì èèyàn ní gbogbo wọn. Pátápátá for me to say, mi ò yẹ ẹni kankan lẹ̀. Nítorí náà nídìí 8,000 naira àwọn Yorùbá nation yẹn gbogbo la fẹ́. Ẹ ṣé brother mi ó dàbọ̀.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Tó bàbá wa sọ pé àwọn ò fẹ́ 8,000 naira ìyẹn ààrẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń bẹ nílẹ̀ Ìgbò. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń bẹ ní Cross River. Mo kí ní Kaduna. Mo mà kí ní ìlú Àbújá. Èèyàn kan ń béèrè pé MC Olúọmọ níbo ló wà? Ṣé á ràn àwọn èèyàn lọ́wọ́ níbi tí ọ̀rọ̀ epo dé báyìí? Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní pé Buhari ni ká mú so mọ́lẹ̀ nítorí pé òun ni ó ṣe okùnfà ikú tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ilé bàbá wa Dr. Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho. Kí ni ààrẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu máa ṣe lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Nnamdi Kanu? Òun ni à ń béèrè. Ǹjẹ́ ààrẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu, mo kí ìyá wa tí wọ́n bẹ lórí ètò pẹ̀lú wa ní TikTok, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n wa, ẹ̀yin àbúrò, mo kí Babátúndé. 8,000 naira yẹ̀yẹ́ Wàrí Jìnàdù ni then people should come out and show dismay over 8,000. Àwọn Fúlàní ò ní jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn jáde o. Marabot Fúlàní ti mú wọn mọ́lẹ̀. À ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ ààrẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu kí ló máa ṣe lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Nnamdi Kanu, nítorí pé Nnamdi Kanu ti wà níbẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí Buhari tó jí gbé láti Kenya tó gbé sọ̀kalẹ̀ wá sí ìlú Nàìjíríà. Nnamdi Kanu ti wá wà lọ́rùn Bọ́lá Tinubu báyìí nítorí pé ẹni bá wà lórí oyè òun náà ni ó máa dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń bẹ nílẹ̀. Àìtí mẹni tí Bọ́lá Tinubu ìyẹn ààrẹ tó máa fi ṣe ìyẹn AGF, the Attorney General of the Federation. Malami òun ló compromise lọ́ fi di pé wọ́n ní Nnamdi Kanu ńkọ́ wọ́n ló fẹ́ dá yánpọnyánrin sílẹ̀ nílùú Nàìjíríà, wọ́n ló fẹ́ dá sùrùtù sílẹ̀, àmọ́ àwọn adájọ́ nílùú Àbújá sọ pé kò mà rí bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Nnamdi Kanu ńkọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó ṣẹ̀ pátápátá kó fi sílẹ̀. À ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu pé Tinubu nígbà wo ni ẹ máa lift embargo lórí bàbá wa bàbá wa Dr. Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí Sunday Ìgbòho Òòṣà. Ìgbòho Òòṣà ìjọba òun ni ìjọba ṣẹ̀ torí pé ìjọba gangan ló wọnú ilé ló pa èèyàn méjì sí ní ọrùn. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí wọ́n pa èèyàn méjì, wọ́n balẹ̀ jẹ́, wọ́n bọ̀nà jẹ́. Wọ́n ní owó tó yẹ kó san fún Ìgbòho wọ̀ tí ì san nígbà tí exchange rate gan nísìnyí ó ti lọ sókè. That means pé value owó yẹn ó tún gòkè sí ni. ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ìbéèrè tá à ń béèrè ní àṣálẹ́ yìí lórí bàbá wa Dr. Olóyè Sunday Igboho ni pé ǹjẹ́ Igboho ló ṣe Tinubu láti máa bẹ̀bẹ̀ àbí kí wọ́n lift embargo? ẹ bá wa fi sínú comment section tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹ fẹ́ kí Igboho kó bẹ Tinubu àbí kí wọ́n kọ̀ lift embargo kí Igboho lè tẹ̀síwájú lórí ìrìn àjò tí ó ń rìn lọ tẹ́lẹ̀. nítorí pé tó bá máa fi di ọ̀la yìí tí à ń pè ní July 20 òun ni wọ́n dá bàbá wa olóyè Dr. Sunday Igboho ni wọ́n dá dúró sí ìlú Benin Republic. ó ti pé ọdún méjì báyìí tí bàbá wa olóyè Dr. Sunday Igboho tó ti ń bẹ nílùú Benin Republic pẹ̀lú bàbá wa Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè ìyẹn alànà fún gbogbo Yorùbá Nation campaign. ǹjẹ́ bàbá wa olóyè ǹjẹ́ ó yẹ kí wọ́n tọrọ àforíjì lọ́wọ́ Tinubu àbí kí Tinubu kó gbéyẹ̀wò pé tí Buhari ṣe fún kò tó ń tó ó ṣẹ̀ nítorí pé bàbá wa olóyè Sunday Igboho àmọ́ ikú yẹ̀ lórí ẹ̀ tí a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́. iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ wa ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ a máa jalè. a ní ìwé kíkọ láìsí ọgbọ́n àti àdá kò ì pé o kò ì pé. ta ló rántí orin yẹn? iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ wa. wọ́n ní pé oko etílé oko etílé oko etílé. ẹ sọ fún gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa pé kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń gbin nǹkan nínú ẹ̀gbẹ́ ilé wọn. gbogbo wọn lè máa sọ pé ebi ń pa wá ebi ń pa wá nígbà tí a ní àyè kékeré díẹ̀ láti máa fi ṣe nǹkan ìgbìn. ẹ má dúró de mi, ẹ má dúró de bàbá Akíntóyè, ẹ má dúró de ìyá wa Janet Fashakin, ẹ má dúró de gbogbo èèyàn. kólúkálukú níbi tí gbogbo wa ń gbé ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ bá lè lọ sínú igbó kàtìkàtì nítorí pé inú igbó lọ́hùn-ún àwọn tí wọ́n ń pààyàn àwọn mùjẹ̀mùjẹ̀ àwọn ti kún níbẹ̀. àmọ́ gbogbo wa la lè ṣe oko etílé. kí ló wá dé tí à ń sá fún oko etílé? ẹ jẹ́ ká túbọ̀ máa ṣe oko etílé nítorí pé ó ṣe pàtàkì. gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ máa ṣe farming bẹ́ẹ̀ tí lè ṣe large scale farming, let us do the small scale. ẹ má ẹ̀ ká jókòó tatarata, ẹ má ẹ̀ ká jókòó pé ó dìgbà tí ẹ bá gba owó lọ́wọ́ àwọn ará ìlú òyìnbó. ẹ jẹ́ káwa náà ṣe ìgbìyànjú, ẹ jẹ́ ká try kí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní kíákíá ní wàràǹṣeṣà ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń gbin àgbàdo ní tòmátò ní gbogbo nǹkan tí ó ṣe é jẹ lọ sẹ́nu ewúro ewédú gbogbo ẹ̀fọ́ tẹ̀tẹ̀ gbogbo nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ kò jẹ́ ká tún máa lọ rà á lọ́jà mọ́. bàbá tẹ̀ ní afẹ́ lọ rẹ ẹja bàbá yẹ pa bá lè máa ṣe ẹja ní kékèké ẹ má jẹ́ ká jókòó nítorí pé n tó ń bọ̀ gbùgbẹ̀dùgbẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ yìí gbogbo wa náà ló máa kàn. And that goes to you as well, the Biafra. While you are still waiting for the exit out of Nigeria, torí pé this time is about the indigenous people. So fáwọn tó jẹ́ ọmọ Biafra náà, while you are waiting, ẹ jẹ́ ká mú kí bàbá wa tí Tóbi Ìwàlóye ẹni free CSI now. ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nípa ìyẹn advert tó jáde yìí fún àwọn ìyá wa Janet Fashakin tí wọ́n ní oko etílé. Let's start those small farming. mo kí bàbá wa Kẹ́hìndé, mo kí bàbá wa Ọlátúnjí Adéṣọlá, mo kí lórí Twitter space, mo kí digital tally, mo kí òmìnira kò ń ṣe òmìnira tàwọn tọ̀hún. ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ eléyìí díẹ̀ ká tó máa tẹ̀síwájú.
iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ wa ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ àmọ́ jalè. oko etílé jọ̀nà ìwúrí láti gbára wa àti nǹkan ọ̀gbìn wa kúrò lọ́wọ́ àwọn adaranjẹko Fúlàní. ìdí nìyí tí ìyá wa agbẹjọ́rò dókítà Janet Fashakin afẹ́jú lọ́ọ̀yà láti ìlú Amẹ́ríkà fẹ́ pé gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá wípé ẹ jẹ́ kí a lo àǹfààní ilẹ̀ ọlọ́ràá tí Ọlọ́run fi fún wa láti gbin àwọn ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan nǹkan jíjẹ bíi tòmẹ́tò, ata, àlùbọ́sà, ẹ̀fọ́, ilá, ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀, iṣu, gbàgùdá àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ sí etí ilé wa. A lè dáko sínú ilé wa, àyíká ilé wa tàbí ilé tí wọn kò tí ì parí ládùúgbò wa. Tí a kò bá tilẹ̀ gbé níbi tí a tilẹ̀ gbé nǹkan sínú ilẹ̀, a lè kó yẹ̀pẹ̀ jọ sínú àpò, inú abọ́, ìyún tó lórí ìbò ń pè ní bucket tàbí garawa àjákù láti sọ̀gbẹ́ oko etílé. Let's go farming to eradicate famine. Kí ebi má bàa pa wá mọ́lé ní ilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ òjíire níbi tí àwọn tí wọ́n lé àwọn àgbẹ̀ wa kúrò lóko tí ń tapẹ̀rẹ̀ tòmátò ní ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dógún náírà, ìyún 15,000 naira fún wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣoko etílé ká lè gbọ́ lọ́wọ́ ìṣẹ́ òun ìyà tó ń tẹ́bí. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé síwájú sí i tàbí fún ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan ìbéèrè tẹ́ bá fẹ́ bi wá, ẹ lè pè tàbí kẹ́ WhatsApp wa lórí +1 917 689 6910. Oko etílé.
Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ ni iṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ wa, very very important kí gbogbo wa kí a ṣe ìgbìyànjú. Once again, this is the network on the Star Radio UK network. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Ó yá, ẹ bá ṣe ní kíákíá torí àsìkò. Ẹ bá ṣe ní kíákíá torí ẹ ti pè lẹ́ǹkan. Ẹgbọ́n sókè à ń gbọ́ yín.
Igbo.
Òòṣà.
Igbo.
Òòṣà ni.
No, I respect Igbo very much. No, he's a great man, and he has made an history. And concerning people that was killed in his house, I tried to call on the government to release their bodies to their families so that they can give them a befitting burial, because that is the only way that the family can very happy.
Okay.
And that's the only way. Government should try and release their bodies.
Okay.
And what I want to say once more concerning the situation of Nigeria, is that Yoruba nation is the answer.
Okay.
Kò sí nǹkan tí Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu lè ṣe mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ti dojú ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ti dojú kò sí àtúnṣe tí wọ́n lè foundation àti building tó ti wó tó ti ní fracture tó ti ní gbogbo ẹ̀ tó ti fẹ́ dà wó ni. Mi mọ bọ́n ṣe fẹ́ ṣe o, mi ò kò tẹ̀ ní bọ́n ṣe fẹ́ ṣe because tọ́ bá ní kọ́mpáàsì ẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ máa dà wó ni. The only thing ká máa ṣe ni pé kán jẹ́ ká gba Yorùbá nation wa, kán fún wa láàyè pẹ̀lú ayọ̀ àti ìdùnnú. Wọ́n ní wọ́n bá wa declare Yorùbá nation kẹ́ni kálukú máa lọ. Kẹ́ni kálukú lọ tú foundation lè ṣe kó jẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kọ́ structure tó dáa sórí foundation. That's the only thing.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni. Tó ṣé ẹ̀yin náà gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ fún alàgbà tó pè gbẹ̀yìn, ẹ jẹ́ ká tún gbọ́ launching of the online radio látọ̀dọ̀ àwọn ìlànà US lórí pé ìjàngbara tí a gbé dání is an inalienable right whether those at home agree with it or not. But ní on the 23rd ìyẹn weekend tí a máa mú yìí lágbára Elédùmarè ìyẹn ní ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà ni wọ́n ti máa mú the Voice of Yoruba Radio TV, Voice of Yoruba Radio TV, the general public of the launching, the virtual launching of the Voice of the Yoruba Radio TV. Ìyẹn máa wáyé ní aago 8 alẹ́ ní Yoruba Land Time, and that will also be 3 p.m. ìyẹn ní ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà nílùú Amẹ́ríkà. Bàbá wa Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè máa wà lórí ìjókòó pẹ̀lú àwọn àgbààgbà bàbá wa ẹlẹ́bùúbọn náà máa wà níbẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ á gbọ́ díẹ̀ nípa ilé tó ń bọ̀.
Lálà olùwà kutuku ẹ wo lọ́jọ́ Sunday ọjọ́ 23 oṣù kejì ọdún 2023 tá a wà yìí rédíò TV alálùbáríkà kan láṣẹ ìfilọ́lẹ̀ rẹ̀ l'Amẹ́ríkà the Voice of Yorùbá rédíò TV gbogbo ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire ní tìbútò òró àgbáyé a kú oríire o a sì kú àmọ́ àmójúbà rédíò TV yìí dátọ́rọ́ àgbà tí ọ̀bá ti dátọ́rọ́ olómi tó rọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ lásán ni yóò fi jẹun o. ìdí rèé tèmi àti àti gbọ́dọ̀ kópa nínú ètò ìfilọ́lẹ̀ the voice of Yorùbá rédíò TV tá a wí yìí. èyí kẹ́gbẹ́ ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà l'Amẹ́ríkà gbé kalẹ̀ fún gbádùn gbogbo wa. gbogbo alájọ wà níbẹ̀ tájọ fojú rí bí ó ṣe gbéra sọ. ọjọ́ àìkú Sunday ló bọ́ sí aago 3 ọ̀sán American time, aago 4 lọ́sàn-án ló bọ́ sí ní Brazilian time, aago 8 alẹ́ làkókò tó bọ́ sí lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà. ẹ tó bá mojú ògún ní pabìnírè, ẹ tó bá mojú eégún ní wọgbó ẹbọra. ìdí rèé táwọn àgbà ṣàkóṣàkó ìlú mọ̀ká nínú iṣẹ́ ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ tó sì dáńtọ́ nínú èdè Yorùbá ó fi bá wa dá sí i. Dr. Yẹmi Farounbi lolùfilọ́lẹ̀ pàtàkì. ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Bánjí Akíntóyè ní bàbá àkàlẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ tá à ń wí yìí. àgbà oyè Yẹmi Ẹlẹ́bùbọn, Alhaji Àdúrà Mígbà, Chief Imam múlẹ̀ Yorùbá, Venerable Nelson Fadoju, General Manager Ekimogun Radio àti Dr. Aliu làwọn bàbá tí ó bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́jọ́ náà. Virtual launch ni o tí gbogbo rẹ̀ ó máa dùn lọ tòmí alàgbà láfẹ́fẹ́ níbi tá a bá wà lórí afẹ́fẹ́ ayélujára. Zoom link meeting ID 87144555168 lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí meeting ID 87144555168 passcode 830161 kékulé kó gbọ́ kó sọ fún toko káàdì ó gbọ́ kó rò fún òbẹ̀. Sunday 23 July 2023 the voice of Yorùbá Radio TV ohùn ọmọ Yorùbá Radio TV ẹgbẹ́ ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà nílẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà dá sílẹ̀ yóò di ṣíṣí fún gbádùn gbogbo wa. app wa lórí Google voice of Yorùbá Radio TV www.voiceofyoruba.com lẹ́bàá máa gbádùn wa lọ tòmí alàgbà dáadáa. Barrister Dr. Gbadé Adékúnjọ USA coordinator ló ní kí n máa lọ́gùn rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tán.
And that is coming up on the 23rd ní Agbára Elédùmarè. Once again, if you're joining us for the very first time, it is called the
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
This is Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK.
Olúọláwálé sọ pé they will use 8,000 naira to buy suffer and smile. Ìyẹn tún lágbára o. Prince Adékúnlé mo kí yín. Thank you so much, Collie_Bobby official Mrs. J. Thank you so much. Mo kí yín Kenny Shitu, Kúnlé Shitu mo kí ẹ̀yin náà. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí TikTok. Thank you so much. Appreciation to every one of you. We have just about 9 minutes tí a máa gbé ètò yẹn wá sísàlẹ̀ díẹ̀. Bọ̀ká tó gbé ètò yẹn wá sísàlẹ̀, a máa ka gbogbo headline tó jáde nínú ibi tá à ń pè ní ìlú Nàìjíríà. Ìyẹn lẹ́ni mo kí my able producer Mr. Frank David and Mr. Achi Amon lórí ètò Star Radio UK. Tó bá tún máa di ọ̀la lágbára Elédùmarè ẹ pàdé mi ní aago 11 bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Yorùbá mi ti ń da díẹ̀díẹ̀. Mo kí ìyàwó alẹ́ nǹkan sí Idris Abimbola, ìyàwó Ọmọlára, Ìyábọ̀ Àjàlá. Mo kí gbogbo yín pátápátá. Babatunde Mokie, Dizzy 123. Yoruba Nation is a very strong in international community. Yoruba rewrite the copyright law of innovation. Yoruba Nation will deliver. We take maybe just this last call so that we can now start walking into. Let's go straight. Ẹ̀yẹ́ká kọ́ọ̀lì ló máa jẹ́ kọ́ọ̀tà máa gbàgbẹ̀yìn ní orí ètò títè ní kò ní jẹ́ ìta máa gbàgbẹ̀yìn ní inú ayé wa. Ẹ ló ẹgbọ́n sókè ní kíákíá torí àsìkò.
Ok, ẹ̀gbọ́n kó ètò ẹ̀kú ètò.
Ètò nìyẹn Kento Sàbẹ̀dì mo rí ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Jẹ́rí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá wa Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho ni mo fẹ́ sáré sọ̀rọ̀ lórí.
À ń gbọ́ yín sà.
Jẹ́rí ó kàn ìkọ́kọ́ máa ń yà mí lọ́rọ̀ most of àwọn Yorùbá. Èmi máa ń wò pé bóyá tí àwọn Yorùbá tó bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ mo máa ń pè majority Yorùbá wọ́n máa ń gbọ́dọ̀ ìdìgbà kan wọ́n máa ń gbàgbé ọpọlọ wọn síbì kan kó ló di kan máa ń jáde wá sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣé rí láì máa fa ọ̀rọ̀ gùn ṣé rí ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá yẹn nọ́mbà wà mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo wa mọ̀ dájú pé ṣé rí àwọn tó ń bú bàbá yẹn tó ní ẹ kó bẹ Tinubu kí bàbá yẹn bẹ Tinubu kó padà wá Nàìjíríà wá enjoy ìná rẹ̀ kó wá enjoy pẹ̀lú family ẹ̀. Ṣé rí lójú tiwọn wọ́n lérò pé Yorùbá ò ṣe gbèjà lójú àwọn yẹn wọ́n lérò pé bóyá Ìgbòho ní ọpọlọ ló ṣe gbèjà Yorùbá ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ò mọ̀ wípé àwọn gangan ní ọba òmùgọ̀. Ṣẹ́rí ibi tọ́pọlọ tí wọn ò ti ṣiṣẹ́ lélẹ̀. Ṣẹ́rí ibi tọ́rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ń lọ yìí ó ti kọjá wípé Yorùbá ò ṣe gbèjà ibi tọ́rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ń lọ tó máa padà ní ìmọ̀ bẹ́ni jẹ́ ṣe lè ní owó tó sì máa padà wá kó kálukú ni àsìkò kálukú ó sì ń bọ̀. ibi tó Nàìjíríà dé ìyẹn ti kú kẹrígbà tí wàhálà bá máa délẹ̀ tán ó ti kọjá pé Yorùbá ò ṣe é gbìjà. So Ìgbòho ti kígbò tó dá sí ìrìn àjò Yorùbá nation Ìgbòho ti ríwájú. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wò ní ọ̀nà yìí ẹ tẹ̀sẹ̀ ká wò pé tí Ọlọ́run bá tẹ̀ wá gbogbo lórí ọ̀fẹ́ láti lè protect family ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú agbára tọ́nà fún bàbá yẹn. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣé Ìgbòho fúnra ṣé wọn ò ní business Nàìjíríà ni? Ṣé tíjọba ò bá tẹ̀lé affect wọn ní terms of security issues? Ṣé ìjọba ò ní affect Ìgbòho ní terms of business ni? Ṣé Ìgbòho fúnra ara wọn ṣé wọ́n ní agbára láti lórí business wọn pé kí problem economy Nàìjíríà kó máa affect ẹ ni? So instead of tí ẹ kọ́ wá jọ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ kọ́ gbárùkù ti bàbá yẹn kájọ ṣe àṣeyè àwọn rò pé lójú tiwa lójú àwọn òmùgọ̀ wọ́n rò pé Ìgbòho ni òmùgọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe láì mọ̀ wípé àwọn gangan lọ bá òmùgọ̀. Kẹ́rí nǹkan tó ṣe láàrin ẹ̀ ni wípé pọ́ǹtì alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ nìyẹn kẹ́rí pọ́ǹtì ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì kẹ́rí àwọn tí ibi tá a bá lérò pé ká gbá ọgbọ́n tá a bá gbá òmùgọ̀ tó máa gbòde gan kẹ́rí mọ̀sọ̀fọ̀ àwọn lídà Yorùbá yẹn gbogbo ẹnu fi sọ tó bá sọ pé tó bá ní pé kó gbé sínú máa ṣe wà láwọn ọ̀kọ́lé fáìfù lídà olórí burúkú lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní wọn. Ṣé wọ́n gbàgbé nǹkan tó ń gbélégbò lórí tó fi declare wanted ni? Ṣé ó ní ìṣe báyìí àwọn ìjọba Buhari tó declare Ìgbòho wanted wọ́n gbé criminals lé lórí wọ́n gbé terrorists lé lórí so wọ́n ti àwọn tó wá ní kígbò wá bẹ Tinubu yìí so tí gbogbo wá padà bẹ Tinubu definitely èyí tó gbélé lórí orúkọ tó pé definitely àwọn ìjọba Nàìjíríà járe ẹ̀yẹ ọ̀pọ̀ náà pípù ní òṣìṣẹ́ débẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́rù ọ̀dọ̀ Koiki tí irú yín bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ mo sọ mi sọ láti lo statement yìí tí irú yín bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn akọ̀rọ̀ understand yín ṣùgbọ́n táwọn òmùgọ̀ àwọn ọtọ́pọ̀lọ́ wọn òṣìṣẹ́ tó bá ń gbọ́ ní wọ́n á lérò pé ẹ̀yin ò fẹ́ freedom fún Ìgbòho ni wọ́n á rò pé torí pé ẹ̀yin wà pẹ̀lú ìyàwó ní àtàwọn ọmọ ní ẹ̀yẹ́ ìjọ ẹ̀ tó ẹ̀ fẹ́ kí Ìgbòho kó ní freedom ni ṣùgbọ́n àwọn akáàmọ́ tó rọ̀ máa gbó sí àwọn understand yín dáadáa ṣèbí ìkọ̀kan ló gbélé Ìgbòho lórí ìkọ̀kan ló lé bẹ́ẹ̀lì Ìgbòho lórí kó tó declare wanted so tí Bọ́lá àti Tinubu fẹ́ ṣe orin yẹn fún Yorùbá torí ibi tọ́rọ̀ lò yìí ẹ lájà tọrọ àwa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀tẹ̀ máa ń sọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀tẹ̀ máa ń tẹnu mọ́ tí ó bá sígbò kò sí yòó jẹ́rí ibi tọ́rọ̀ Nàìjíríà lò ó máa dé lẹ́bù kan tó jẹ́ pé tí ó bá sígbò kò lè sí Yorùbá ẹ má jà Yorùbá ní ìṣòro kọ́kọ́ ibi tá à ń bá lò tí ó bá sígbò kò ní padà sí Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ ẹ kọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ kalẹ̀ jẹ́rí gbogbo àwọn táwọn ní dárúkọ ẹ̀kọ́ lórí program ní kó má dàbí ẹni pé bóyá orí program ní àwọn dárúkọ
torí àsìkò ni bàbá wa ẹ má bínú bí a bá ti come off lórí Star Radio a sì tún fi àyè sílẹ̀ díẹ̀ lórí sister platform ẹ lè pè wọlé nígbà yẹn ẹ ṣé gan ni thank you so much fún bàbá wa tó pè tán kò ní jẹ́ àṣemọ tí a máa bára wa sọ ní gbogbo ìgbà mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa náà lórí.
Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK.
In your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
mo kí ẹlẹ́ǹkan sí Emmanuel Ikechukwu mo kí gbogbo àwọn Biafra pátápátá mo kí àwọn Arẹwà náà pé gbogbo wa náà a lè gbé papọ̀ mọ́ nítorí pé ìgbé papọ̀ wa ó ní wá lára ìdí tí àwọn àkànṣe ń sọ èyí tájọ bára wa ṣe yìí ó tó gẹ́ náà ni òun náà ni Tinubu náà fi sọ pé èmi ló kan bàbá mi ló kan ó ti wọlé báyìí nísìn àmọ́ òun náà ti rí bó ṣe lọ Prince Adékúnlé ní freedom for the Yoruba land mo kí n lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ẹ̀tún sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí Greg ìmọ̀ràn ọ̀tá òní bọ lórí rẹ̀ Koiki ẹ ṣé gan ni Kentos Abẹ̀bí mo kí gbogbo ẹni ti Manchester Kẹ́hìndé Gabriel mo kí Alájà ìrọ̀rùn ló bá dé mo kí ní Finland mo kí ní Belgium mo kí ní gbogbo ibi tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ mi káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé èmi náà ni àbúrò yín ọmọ yín tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí Koiki Media kò ní tán níbẹ̀ mo kí bàbá wa Olútóbi Olúṣẹ̀sí wọ́n ní mo fẹ́ sáré ka headline ká tó máa lọ torí pé ó ṣe pàtàkì ó ṣe kókó kí a mọ kí ni headline tó ń jáde nínú Nàìjíríà ìyẹn ní èní. According to the blueprint, Nigerians fume as NNPCL anchored decision on the market force. Now it's 617 naira per litre on the new pump price. After public outcry, Bola Tinubu orders review of the 8,000 naira crash. New Nigerian, Arewa Youth Forum condemned fresh petrol price increase. Àwọn Arewa náà ń bínú. Says palliative management shouldn't end up like the past government. Anarchy looms as SAC MD Abuja Market Management lock out the new boss. Ew. Ebonyi First Lady campaign to end child abuse traffic. Vanguard, anger as petrol hit 568 naira per litre in Lagos and 617 naira in Abuja. Court asks Ecobank to pay Honeywell 72.2 billion naira in damage. Exchange rate, foreign scholarship to suspend for 2 years. Third fund, wọ́n ní gbogbo àwọn tó wá sí London, gbogbo wọn pátápátá abroad, wọ́n padà lọ́lé o. Subsidy removal, Tinubu orders review of the proposed 8,000 naira cash. Also, stop eating meat from sick animals. Ẹyẹ jẹ ẹran tí àlàáfíà ò sí lára ẹ̀. NLC, TUC lambast Tinubu as fuel subsidy hit 630 naira per litre. They have now shown negotiation. This is coming from the Punch as well. Sustained air attack on terrorist command tells the truth. North Central, Southwest ex-governor may replace Adamu and Omishore. This day, fuel price, Labour threatened to pull out of talks with the federal government. Wahala o. Subsidy, Tinubu direct immediate review of 8,000 naira. This coming from the This Day. The Nation, Tinubu orders release of grain to 50 million farmers. Ṣé wọn náà máa rí gbà nínú ẹ̀? The UK agency okays Naira for trade financing. Market force driving price of petrol, says Kyari. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, the matrix, fuel subsidy, pain against in the land as petrol price hit 617 naira. Capitalization, CBN withdraws license of 2,698 BDC. Those are the bureau, the money exchange. Over 3,000 of them, they've withdrawn their licenses. Interesting. New Telegraph, before I hand over, shock, outcry, despairs as the fuel hit 617 naira in Abuja and 568 naira to 700 in Lagos. Nigerian constitution, military not democratic, but they judge. And the last paper is Liberty. Fuel price hike, NLPC reject proposed palliative. And that is how far I can take you tonight on the
Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK.
And as we leave you again, I will then be handed over to my producer, Mr. Frank David and Mr. Archie. Tomorrow is the property hour. My name is Olami Koike. I wish I can go further, but I can't because I need to now hand over. Moki Baba Boye, Mayegun Moki Baba Baba Agbalagba káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé tí ẹ ń gbọ́ wa lórí ètò Star Radio. Tó bá tún di ọ̀sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, ẹ tún pàdé mi, and I will now hand over to Archie to end the program.
For what? Is it for Eba? Is it for Gary? Is it for beans? For what? Is it for Eba? Is it for Gary? Is it for beans? Eba, Gary, beans. Eba, Gary, beans. Àgbàdo cassava, ọ̀bẹ̀yẹ. Àgbàdo cassava, ọ̀bẹ̀yẹ. Eba, Gary, beans. Àgbàdo cassava, ọ̀bẹ̀yẹ. Recruit, Eba, Gary, beans. Is growing up. Eba, Gary, beans. Is growing up. Àgbàdo cassava, ọ̀bẹ̀yẹ. Recruit, Daddy, win.
And recruit. Thank you so much once again to all our listeners from around the world. My name again is Olamiko Ike. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọmọdé, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àgbàlagbà pé ọba Elédùmarè ó tún fún wa ṣe ní àṣálẹ́ yìí nítorí pé òun náà ló kúkú fún wa ṣe. Kò ń ṣe mímọ̀ ṣe tèmi, kò ń ṣagbára mi. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń bá wa gbọ́ náà nítorí pé bí a bá gbé wá tí ẹ̀ bá gbọ́ kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ àdúpẹ́ fún yín. Mo kí ìjáyà, mo kí gbogbo Káyọ̀dé Mọ̀lá, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa lórí YSDM. Ẹ jẹ́ ká túbọ̀ sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa pé ká máa ṣe ìwọ̀nba tá a bá lè ṣe ní etílé in terms of farming. Very, very important so that we can have enough food for our people. I wish I can go further, but I have to go now so that we can kickstart again at a very beautiful program tomorrow as well. One love to those of you on our Twitter space. Appreciation to Chinedu, Adeshola, Robin Obi, and Amniola. Thank you so much for staying tuned with us throughout the program. As we say, Nigeria is really, really in a distressed situation and is not likely to come back. Thank you so much, Mr. Fatai Bello, fún ẹ̀yin tẹ́ join wa lórí TikTok. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí Babátúndé mo kí ẹ. So ẹ jẹ́ ká parí ètò yẹn tó bá di ọ̀la lágbára Ọlọ́run. A tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ níbi tí a parí ẹ̀ sí. Kò ní sú wa, kò ní rẹ̀ wá. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń bẹ lórí MixLR. Comrade Plan B sọ pé òun ṣe ra epo lálẹ́ yìí ní 600 naira per litre. Tó Ọlọ́run ọbẹ̀ Elédùmarè. I don't know why people don't want to come out. In 2012, gbogbo ilẹ̀ jáde nígbà tí Jonathan ṣé torí ọjọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá lẹ̀ ṣe jáde? I don't know, but I hope that Nigerians will be able to adapt to this situation. I got to go now so that I can go and spend the rest of the evening with the family as well. Shalom, as we say. Thank you so much. I'll play the anthem and then I'll just close the broadcast from here. Remember that if you want to support us, we don't have any outfit from the TikTok or the super chat. Just send it through the Naira or through the details on our website. And those of you that doesn't have anything to send, just pray for us. That is more than enough. And then you very low. Bye for now.
ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ àmọ́ jalè. oko etílé jọ̀nà ìwúrí láti gbára wa àti nǹkan ọ̀gbìn wa kúrò lọ́wọ́ àwọn adaranjẹko Fúlàní. ìdí nìyí tí ìyá wa agbẹjọ́rò dókítà Janet Fashakin afíjú lọ́ọ̀yà láti ìlú Amẹ́ríkà ṣe ń pe gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá wípé ẹ jẹ́ kí a lo àǹfààní ilẹ̀ ọlọ́ràá tí Ọlọ́run fi fún wa láti gbin àwọn ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan nǹkan jíjẹ bíi tòmẹ́tò, ata, àlùbọ́sà, ẹ̀fọ́, ilá, ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀, iṣu, gbàgùdá àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ sí etí ilé wa a lè dáko sínú ilé wa àyíká ilé wa tàbí ilé tí wọn kò tí ì parí ládùúgbò wa tí a kò bá tilẹ̀ gbé níbi tí a tilẹ̀ gbé nǹkan sínú ilẹ̀ a lè kó yẹ̀pẹ̀ jọ sínú àpò inú abọ́ ìyún tó lórí ìbò ń pè ní bucket tàbí garawa àjákù láti sọ̀gbìn oko etílé. Let's go farming to eradicate famine. kí ebi má bàa pa wá mọ́lé ní ilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ òjíire níbi tí àwọn tí wọ́n lé àwọn àgbẹ̀ wa kúrò lóko tí ń tapẹ̀rẹ̀ tòmátò ní ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dógún náírà ìyún 15,000 naira fún wa ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣoko etílé ká lè bọ́ lọ́wọ́ ìṣẹ́ òun ìyà tó ń tebi. fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé síwájú sí i tàbí fún ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan ìbéèrè tẹ́ bá fẹ́ bi wá ẹ lè pè tàbí kẹ́ WhatsApp wa lórí +1 917 689 6910 oko etílé.
lálà olù akutuku fẹ́ wú o lọ́jọ́ sunday ọjọ́ kẹtàlélógún oṣù kejì ọdún 2023 tá a wà yìí rédíò tv alálùbáríkà kan láṣẹ ìfilọ́lẹ̀ rẹ̀ lamẹ́ríkà the voice of yorùbá rédíò tv gbogbo ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire ní tìbútò òró àgbáyé a kú oríire o. a sì kó àmójúbà rédíò tv yìí dátọ́rọ́ àgbà tí ọba ti dátọ́rọ́ wọn lómi tó rọ ọbẹ̀ rẹ̀ lásán ní òfin jẹun o. ìdí rèé tèmi àti àfigbádọ̀ kópa nínú ètò ìfilọ́lẹ̀ the voice of yorùbá rédíò tv tá a wí yìí èyí tẹ́gbẹ́ ìlànà ọmọ òdua lamẹ́ríkà gbé kalẹ̀ fún gbádùn gbogbo wa gbogbo alájọ wà níbẹ̀ tájọ fojú rí bí ó ṣe gbéra sọ ọjọ́ àìkú sunday ló bọ́ sí aago 3 ọ̀sán american time aago 4 lọ́sàn-án ló bọ́ sí ní brazilian time aago 8 alẹ́ làkókò tó bọ́ sí lórílẹ̀‐èdè nàìjíríà ẹni tó bá mojú ògún ní pabìnírè ẹni tó bá mojú eégún ní wọgbó ẹbọra ìdí rèé táwọn àgbà ṣàkóṣàkó ìlú mọ̀ká nínú iṣẹ́ ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ tó ìsún dáńtọ́ nínú èdè yorùbá ó fi bá wa dá sí dr yemi farombi lólùfilọ́lẹ̀ pàtàkì ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n bánjí akíntóyè ní bàbá àkàlẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ tá à ń wí yìí àgbà oyè yẹmí ẹlẹ́bùbọ̀n alhaji àdúrà mi gbà chief imam múlẹ̀ yorùbá venerable nelson fadoju general manager ekimogun radio àti dr aliu làwọn bàbá tí ó bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́jọ́ náà virtual launching ní o tí gbogbo rẹ̀ ó máa dùn lọ tòmí alàgbà láfẹ́fẹ́ níbi tá a bá wà lórí afẹ́fẹ́ ayélujára zoom link meeting id 87144555168 lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí meeting id 87144555168 passcode 830161 830161 kékulé kó gbọ́ kó sọ fún toko káàdì ó gbọ́ kó rò fún òbẹ̀ sunday 23 july 2023 the voice of yorùbá radio tv ohùn ọmọ yorùbá radio tv tẹ́gbẹ́ ìlànà ọmọ oòduà nílẹ̀ amẹ́ríkà dá sílẹ̀ yóò di ṣíṣí fún gbádùn gbogbo wa app wa lórí google voice of yorùbá radio tv www.voiceofyoruba.com lẹ́bàá máa gbádùn wa lọ tòmí alàgbà dáadáa barrister dr gbadé adékúnjọ usa coordinator ló ní kí n máa lọgun rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tán.
ẹ má fojú ko eruku ata abẹ́ ń bẹ eruku ata tí o ti fojú ko àbáwá gbogbo nàìjíríà.
ọmọ òdua ọ̀gá fúlàní ló jẹ́ o. yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni kó má gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́ torí kò sílùú mìíràn.
Life is so funny. You come with nothing, then fight for everything, and later leave everything and go back with empty hand. God is powerful.
Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Omayolama Sumuki Babari Moses Olaniran. Good night. Odaro. Bye for now.